Welcome and thank you for tuning in to episode 5 of U.S. Air Force Command Clash, a 6-part series bringing together active duty airmen alongside special guests to see which airbase is the best at Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm your host, Lisa Malambry, aka Lucy May. I was just getting backwards there a little bit. It's fine. We're getting this started. And we have arrived at our last and final installation of Season 1. It was the first air service base built specifically for air power, making it the oldest active Air Force base in the world. This is Joint Base Langley-Eustis. The 633rd Air Base Wing is comprised of 3 groups that provide installation support to more than 9,000 military and civilian personnel. The wings provide mission-ready airmen to combatant commanders in support of joint and combined operations worldwide. January 7th, 2010 marked the activation of the 633rd Air Base Wing as new host unit for Langley Air Force Base, Virginia, and the first step toward Joint Base Langley-Eustis. Gosh, I remember going to air shows when I was a little girl. What an experience it was. All right, let's get to it. But before we meet our players, let me explain a little bit on how it's all going down. Every week, our airmen accumulate points from multiple rounds of Call of Duty's free-for-all, gunfight, and warzone. We start off with 5 airmen, and the one sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard after each of the first 2 game modes will say goodbye. The remaining 3 will go on to represent Joint Base Langley-Eustis in our finale episode, where the 4 installations will have one last chance to show us what they're made of and who's the best at Call of Duty. All right, let's meet our airmen. First up, we've got Airman First Class Joe Chavez. Hello, what is your job on base?
I'm an electrician.
All right, what does that entail?
It's going around base, keeping power on, running, fixing lights, buildings, power, just making sure the base has power to it at all times. In case it goes out, a storm comes through, we're there to keep it up and running.
Alrighty then. Okay, well then, getting even further into this inquiry, what would you say is the best part about base location?
I feel like I like how it's closest to the beach, and we have some beachfront views right on base. And so one of our places where we work at, it's like right on the beach. So it's a nice place to go out and eat right on the beach for lunch sometimes, or just hang out there and feel the breeze from the water. Oh my goodness, you set me up so good, because I was going to quickly ask you, I'm going to ask everyone this, so get to thinking. What is your favorite food item? Food item. My favorite food item would probably have to be probably some barbacoa tacos.
All right, I like it. Good luck. Up next, we have Senior Airman Jeffrey Craig. Hello, and what is your job on base?
Hello, I am a signals analyst.
Ooh, fantastic. Please dive deeper. What does that mean, signals analyst?
Analyzing
signals.
Analyzing signals from non-communication meters.
Awesome. I like it. Okay, then what would you say makes this big base unique?
Well, like you said earlier, it's the oldest base, so I feel like that's pretty unique. You can't be first if somebody else is. And I'll have to second what my other airman said with it being right on the water. My drive to work, right next to a runway and right next to the water. So some days I'll have planes taking off over me or landing over me while I'm driving by the water.
Wow, that's cool. All right, then for you, your favorite food item?
I had to think hard, because I eat a lot. I like a lot of food, but I'm going with pho.
Pho.
Is my
okay.
final answer.
Yes, I dig it. All right, well, good luck to you. Up next, we've got Airman First Class Miguel Holloway. Hello, and what is your job on base?
Hi, my job is firefighting. I'm a firefighter for Joint Base Langley-Eustis.
Okay, nice. So what? With that, then, what is your favorite aircraft on base, or I guess overall in the Air Force? And
probably the F-22. It's the easiest to set up on when it needs an emergency landing or any type of in-flight emergency.
What makes it the easiest?
What makes it
It
easiest
still
is,
sounds complicated.
yeah, it does, but you know, you really only need about 3 firefighting apparatuses to surround the vehicle and make sure that it's safe and fireproof or fire safe.
All right. And to you, of course, your favorite food item.
Firehouse subs, baby. That's gotta stay loyal.
Oh, well, what kind specifically?
Oh, the cheddar brisket. Just melts.
All right. I've never heard of that one. I'll have to try it one time.
Oh, man.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Airman First Class Thomas Jones. Hello. What's your job on base?
I am a part of the fuels community, ma'am. I am responsible for putting fuel and taking fuel off of the aircraft whenever they need it, pretty much.
Okay. Yes, you definitely need fuel to get an aircraft off the ground, so that's good.
Yes.
Other than fueling aircraft, what's been the best part of service?
Ooh, boy. I would say actually the TDYs that I've been on, I've been able to go out to Las Vegas, and when I was out there, I was able to reconnect with some of the guys that I was in tech school with, and you know, we did our job, but we also had a lot of fun as well. So
Yeah, fun is yeah.
Well,
Sorry, we have a little delay here. I apologize. But for us news, what does TDY stand for?
Temporary deployment.
Okay, I like it. And of course, to you, your favorite food item.
I am a French fry fanatic. I love French fries.
Okay, since you love it so much, is there any specific way that it needs to be? Thickness, crispness?
So whatever Rally's fries, however Rally's or Checkers fries are made, top notch.
All right, Checkers, #1 fries in the world. Let's go. Good luck to you. We're looking forward to seeing what you got. And lastly, we have Airman First Class Nathaniel Stoddard. Hello, welcome, and what is your job on base?
I'm a multi-source analyst or all-source analyst, depending on who you ask.
Oh, okay, you're asking a casual, a civilian. What's the answer to that?
Intel analyst, I guess. Just keep it simple.
All right, keeping it simple. So then let me keep this one simple. What's your favorite thing on base?
Favorite thing on base? Ooh.
Favorite thing?
Probably have to be just the jets. I mean, that'd have to be like the coolest thing there. Also, NASA's there, so close to my building where I work, they have their wind turbine where we hear them running every day, testing out their aircraft.
Man, this base sounds super cool. I like that answer. And of course, because I keep asking everyone's favorite things about all the things. What's your favorite food item?
Favorite food item? Ooh, wings. 100%.
Wings. Okay,
Wings.
I love how you guys all individually had different answers, very vastly different answers. I love it. All right, man, well, good luck to you. And for those of you at home, here are the Airmen representing Joint Base Langley-Eustis. So good luck to you, gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Now, let's meet our special guests. First up, as former NFL running back, he made history with the New England Patriots. I also have to note that his first career NFL touchdown was against my Kansas City Chiefs, but that's okay. That was then. Now, he's joined the Fox Sports broadcast team as a college football analyst. Everyone, welcome Shane Vereen. What's up? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm excited to get this going. Are you excited to play some Call of Duty?
Yeah, I'm excited, but then I've been hearing these guys have been playing, and I'm sure they're way better than I am, so hopefully I can hold my own.
Oh, yeah? Do you have a lot of hours on COD by chance?
Not as many as I would like.
You got that football going on in life, but, well, we appreciate you being here. Thanks, man. Good luck. Our next special guest shares the same last name and athleticism. He's an NFL safety that dedicates some of his free time, along with his brother Shane, to gaming events and raising money for charity and awareness to some social issues. Welcome, everybody, right now in chat for Brock Vereen. Hello,
How
thanks
you
for
doing?
being here, man. I'm
Happy
well.
to be here.
You look
So
comfy.
happy to be here. Very comfy. I'm the most
I like that.
comfortable person in this tournament, and at least I can, find solace in that.
I'm taking notes. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
All right. I like the jersey, the EST TV. That's with we had another guest on, Ahmad Green.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
All right, well.
He's also part of our ESTV team, along with Shane, and hopefully me and Shane, between the two of us, can rep decently well here. We know we have some stiff comp here, but we're gonna hold our own.
Yes, you guys are bringing it. I love it. Thank you both for being here, and we are excited to see what you guys do, all the action today, so good luck. All right, now, chat, you all know him, you love him. This man is an actor, comedian, and streamer, the voice of Ghost in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You know, he's here to talk you through all of today's action. You know him, you love him, like I said. It's Jeff Leach, everybody.
Can we get some Kappa pride in the chat, please? Come on now.
Drop it, let's go.
I've been working out all morning, Lisa, just to look good for the boys and girls in chat. How are you? Are you feeling well?
Feeling well. I'm feeling well. You know, we're getting it in. We're in our final installation. We got some amazing, talk on the F-22s today. So we're really excited to dive into that, as well as seeing these airmen perform in Call of Duty.
Absolutely. And I'm feeling frosty too. Thanks for asking. So frosty, I gave my mother's thighs frostbite on the way out. Now, Lisa, thank you very much for that. And welcome, COD lovers, one and all. Collect your claymores, pack those plates, grab all the guns, and invite your squad over, because it's time for COD, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be starting by separating out the noobs from the naturals in some sweaty matches of free-for-all mode and some 2v2 gunfights. Then, of course, we're going to head to the almighty Warzone Showdown. But just because they make the drop doesn't mean they're in the clear yet. No, our Airmen are going to be competing for bragging rights on base. Points will be tallied over 3 rounds of free-for-all. Then the Airman who scores the lowest will, unfortunately, be leaving us. Leaderboards will then be returned to 0 points as we start our 2v2 gunfights. But once again, our Airmen are going to be playing to stay. So after 3 rounds of 2v2, we're going to have to say goodbye to 1 more Airman. The score will be reset a final time, and then we're going to be dropping into a Warzone Sweatfest with a last chance to rack up points to claim the crown of Verdansk. That's what's coming up, so let's kick off with our first free-for-all matches. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are kicking off with our first match of free-for-all. Everything to play for. Remember, as many kills as possible is what these teammates are going to be looking for. Baracko Drama gets absolutely straight in there. Full sweat off the rip. We can see that Parlay 11 has got 2 kills up on the leaderboard so far. This Rust match, such a fan favorite. Remember when it dropped for everyone? It was a moment to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing back the classic Rust. Notice that none of the players seem to really be using the high ground here, just rotating round and round and round on the outside edge. Lovely kill by Baracko Drama again, and a second there. Lovely little revenge kill. Furry Lima sits up top, though, with 5 kills, ladies and gentlemen. 6 on the leaderboard there. Close behind FPS Rookie. Furry Lima says, no, thank you very much. Let me distance that gap a little bit and pop him with 7. Ooh, some lovely shots in the back there. I would have expected a little 360 no-scope. Just running away like a baby. That is not going to get you the points you need to take the top position on the leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting to see this long barrel AUG here. Wouldn't necessarily decide on that for a game of Warzone or a multiplayer map such as Rust. As you well know by now, I'm sure if you've been watching the other episodes of Command Clash, you'll know that I favor that Kilo MP5 loadout. Those SMGs absolutely slap. Having an MP5 and an MP7, this kind of mode really does make the difference. The larger magazine clips, the exceptionally fast fire of rates, and the amazing ADS speed is really what you need to get as many kills as possible. Again, other players daring to take the high ground and get to that central structure. Because we're looking for high volumes of kills. A lovely kill there with a Semtex grenade, though. And a nice slide around the corner to make it a double kill. Fortunately, couldn't find the third. Furry Lima now getting thirsted here. Nay goes out, but Furry Lima finds the return fire. Takes another kill, pushing them into second place with 14 kills. But FPS Rookie stands out and proud with 18 kills, top of the leaderboard. A nice little thirst from that player ahead. Didn't get the finish, but it will do now with a lovely little low blow finish. That's exactly what we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, someone using that high ground. Oh, didn't seem to work out well for them. Especially not when they get popped in the back like that. Pulls out the snake bites and says, see you later, get out of my lobby. Double killed there. Can't find the third. Not sure if we've seen any triple kills so far in this match. FPS rookie distancing the gap even more, 23-20 between first and second place here. Proving just how powerful those SMG loadouts are. A couple of the players deciding to change their loadouts mid-match. Maybe a little more time and energy given to that initial loadout would have been the way forward. That's what we're looking for. See MP5s, kilos, high volume of ammo, reducing the need to reload in between kills. I mean, that's really what's going to distance the gap here for these top players from those lower members of Langley Air Base. The ability to pop 1, pop 2, pop 3, pop 4 in a row with just one clip. Not sure why climbing a ladder would have been a good idea at this point. Unfortunately, even though his head was on a swivel there, couldn't find both marks. Semtex goes out, just yeeting it and hoping for the best. We'll look at the finish, but it's a victory there. Langley-Eustis coming out of nowhere with a rapid succession of kills, taking the top spot with 30 kills in that first round of free-fall, ladies and gentlemen. And what a match that was. Fire out of the gate. And the leaderboard is starting to show where I am and will be standing. But before we do that, let's send you back over to Lisa for a more in-depth chat about the successes and failures from round number 1 in our free-for-all mode.
Thanks, Jeff. First, we're going to start with Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas, you're at the bottom of the leaderboard. Well, how's it feeling right now?
I couldn't
Not good,
do
apparently,
but
but
laugh. No, not good at all. But I started off so good, and then it just went to wherever it went after that.
Where'd it go, dude? Where'd it go? Why?
If I had the answer, I'd be at the top.
So it went away, and you just could not get a grip on it again.
I couldn't, but I'll change. I have to change some things, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, I'll let this one slide. It's your warm-up round, we'll call it, all right, because you're going to perform better. And since we see that this has been an obstacle getting into Call of Duty today, what would you say has been your biggest obstacle leading up to where you are now in the Air Force?
I'd say actually just getting accustomed to being in the military.
Yeah, what do you mean accustomed? Give me some examples.
Well, I'm older than the average A1C, so having to take orders from people younger than me is something that I wasn't used to. But having that respect for the rank, and then seeing those individuals perform at the rate that they're supposed to, it allowed me to adapt to it and kind of fall into the method of how it's supposed to go, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely it does. And I love that honest answer. Thanks, man. And again, hopefully we'll not see you back here in this same position. So good luck.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Next, all right, so who won that round? It's none other than Jeffrey Craig, everyone. Hello, you must be feeling real good right now. I want to know what was really vibing for you in this first round?
What was working?
Yeah, whatever you were feeling. What got you here to this first place? Other than
lots of
clicking
bullets.
Heads. Yeah.
30 kills and lots of bullets. Aside from that, probably just no-lifing video games for like 18, 16 years. I'd say that also helped.
So you call yourself a gamer, I'd say.
Sometimes.
All right, well, when you're not gaming, do you get to work on the F-22s?
No, I work in a building with no windows.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it's a special job, but I hear them all the time. If we're lucky, we might hear them later. Can hear them out my window because I live so close.
Yeah, you've got windows there.
Yeah,
that's good. At least you don't have to live without windows.
Yeah, I see the sun sometimes.
Jeffrey. All right, man. Well, good luck then moving forward. Thanks for being here.
Perfect.
Okay, guys. Thanks for your service. All right. So let's go ahead and get back to Jeff with the standings.
Yeah, so here's the ranking so far, Lisa. Obviously, sitting out top is Jeffrey Babyface Craig. What is he, like 14 years old? Come on, chat. He doesn't look much older than most of you lot. Sick. 2 kids? They're called younger brothers and sisters. I don't know what you're on about. And obviously sitting down bottom with just 7 kills in that first match is Thomas Jones, unfortunately. Not much distance is Jeffrey Craig between Nathaniel Stoddard and Miguel Holloway. Are they going to be able to take the top spot? We'll find out in Scrapyard for round number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of last-minute loadout changes here for these airmen as they go into round number 2. Everything to play for in this match. Look at that little tongue ghosty sticking out of me. Hello, Ghost. It's Ghost. Woo! And a lovely little kill straight off the grip there. Parlay taking a lovely drop. High Justice standing out on top, though, with 2 kills. Jeffrey Babyface Craig making his presence known in the second round as well. FPS Rookie close behind with 2 kills. I'm guessing slightly lower damage score point right now, but Furry Lima decides to take the top spot. Distancing the gap somewhat. A lovely push there through the doors. Nice kill. Unfortunately, can't find the second on the rotation back round. A lot of camping going on once again. We've seen it in previous matches in this tournament. People using that big hangar to move back and forth through. Doesn't make much sense to me. So many different angles where you can get picked out by your enemies. Realistically, it seems a lot more sensible to use the fuselage in the center, to find those locations on the map where you really do have some good cover from both flanks and behind, allowing you the opportunity to get as many kills as possible without, of course, being dropped yourself. Ooh, third party there, pinched in between 2 players. Gotta hate it, but it does happen. Would have expected to see a lot more players running, maybe with that Origin shotgun. Just pumping a few as a secondary into someone's face once you've emptied your clip on your AR or your SMG. Lovely little double kill there from FPS Rookie. High Justice absolutely dominating right now. We can see 13 kills on the scoreboard. And only Lil Hawk can try and test him with 7. Furry Lima now popping up into second place with 8 kills. Such a big distance between that first and second place. Is that distance going to remain for the entirety of the game? Time will tell. Can they close the gap? Hello, Ghost! Oh, no. Come on, mate. You got to do my namesake proud. Pursuit with the Carly sticks, and oh, lovely little team kill there. Love that. I'm surprised he wasn't running with a riot shield on his back as well. Going for the ultimate troll meme loadout. There we go, utilizing that fuselage, and there we go, 1 kill. Boom, a 2nd kill. Whoa, couldn't find it. That was less to do with using the cover there correctly, and more to do with not finding the mark. Gotta go for those headshots. There's no point opting for leg and body shots. That precious half a second to 1 second can mean the difference between a kill or your own death. High Justice just continues to distance himself from the rest of the pack. 20 kills up on the leaderboard so far. Little Hawk in second position with just 16. But as we know, everything can change very rapidly in a game of multiplayer on Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Aggressive push through the center of the fuselage. Standing there for so long. Got to keep that head on a swivel. Even if you know where another player might be on the map, you've got to keep looking behind you. You've got to keep flicking to the sides. Unfortunately, you will get lit up there by the player just to the side of the hangar. Now, FPS Rookie has managed to close the gap with 17 points. And I'm guessing our second place, sitting at 19 points right now. High Justice has got to start upping his game a little bit. And it won't be happening right there. Furry Lima takes him out with a wonderful little peek around the corner of that. Slow and steady here. Slow and steady. Progressing. Finds his mark. Grabs a kill. Can he rotate round to get the second? No, he can't. Woo! A delicious little Superman flight from the top floor there. Straight down to light up that opponent. And High Justice has distanced that gap once again. 24 kills to 21. First and second place. Drop shots, it won't help you there, my son. You're down and you're out. Oh, a nice little engagement inside of the building there. Very nice stealthy plays there. And there'll be the second, and there'll be the third. Wonderful bit of action. High Justice on 25 points. In second place with 24 kills, FPS rookie. Everyone's to play for right now. First, second, and third position. So close. Such a small amount distances each of those players. And right now is a time to be pushing more and more aggressively than they have done so far. Just 4 more kills until we find out who our winner is going to be. Will it be Jeffrey Babyface Craig again? Or kind of FPS rookie? Shorten that gap. Take the top spot. Find the lead. And get the win in round number 2. Haven't seen many of the players utilizing their various skills here, their perks. Love to see it when it does happen. Dead Silence being run right now. Makes a big difference to that running speed. Closing the gap on that map between various players. Why not take the top layer? No, he tries to take the top position and doesn't quite make the jump. Fortunately, he does flick around quickly enough to get that final kill there. 28 on the scoreboard, 29 on the scoreboard. Just one more kill, and he will be taking the top spot. And there it is! High Justice, Jeffrey Craig. What a delicious pink gun. A sassy little tiger boy doing the business there, ladies and gentlemen. Babyface coming through like a boss once again. The power of those testes that pumped out 2 kids by the ripe old age of 15 have proven to be the strength he needed moving into round number 2. We are getting down there, boys and girls. The next match will decide our final round and our first round of cuts here in the Command Clash. But who's going to stay and who's going to go? Before we find out, here's the host with the most with a post-match lowdown. By saying that sentence 10 times faster off a couple of jars. Lisa, over to you.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, oh gosh, Thomas, buddy, what is going on? You just still haven't found it yet. What? Where is it?
I have no look. Maybe I should Google it because I don't got it right now.
Google Maps, Google search, like
something, because
it could be free for all isn't your jam, maybe, but or the map.
It's not. No, that map was pretty good. It's just
they're not good. I'm just kidding.
Hey.
It's all right. This is all for fun. And we're so thankful that you're here with us to have all this fun with us. And I mean, really, the pleasure is mine. I get to see you twice, Thomas. So you're fantastic.
I take it.
I mean, I want to ask you what your biggest challenge is. I think the answer from before, this
Call
now
of Duty.
is the new one. Call of Duty is your biggest challenge.
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm
going to say then, before I let you go, what are you going to do to better your gameplay? Let's just keep it to Call of Duty right now. What are you going to, can you do like any virtual 50 push-ups or something to kind of just get up?
So one of my biggest things, I usually listen to music when I'm playing Call of Duty, but
Okay.
I don't think I can do that for these purposes. So I'm trying to like find my sanity while I'm getting shot at.
All right. So you're not in your element. All right, we get it. Well, Thomas, hopefully I'm not saying goodbye to you next round, but good luck. You've got one more round to bring it back. And the man that is just blowing everybody away in first place for that round and keeping it strong and steady, it's Jeffrey again. Dude, you had Nathaniel on your heels for a little bit. You had Joe on your heels for a little bit. Was there anything going through your mind in those moments? Because you guys were just one kill away at different points in the game. Does that affect you at all? Or are you just like, I'm playing my game. They're not going to catch me.
I was playing. I didn't really look at the scoreboard. It kind of disrupts me a little bit, I guess. My main problem was just finding people, because I was sitting at 26 or 27 kills for like a minute because I could not find anyone. So
They're all running away from you.
Sorry?
They're all running away from you.
I mean, it's fair, but this one will go quick.
Okay, got it. I love the confidence. Well, hey, I mean, so I hear could maybe your performance be attributed to a special flamingo in your life?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at this little guy. He's so cute. Does it have a name?
No. No. When I stream, he sits here next to me on the desk, but I had to move my camera for this, so I figured he's been here the whole time. Might as well keep being here.
He's chilling. Lingo the flamingo. Chilling flamingo. All right, Jeffrey. Well, good luck on your next one. I mean, you don't need any luck. You're crushing it, so good job. All right, chat. This is a warning. If heights or flying is not your thing, you may want to avert your eyes right now. Otherwise, get ready for some high-flying maneuvers of this stealth tactical fighter. Take a look from the inside of an F-22 Raptor.
When you think about inspiring the next generation, being able to provide a unique perspective and a rare glimpse into what the Raptor demonstration team does behind the scenes has been one of our goals at every single air show. It's essentially the culmination of countless hours that the maintainers spend behind the scenes to provide a safe and reliable jet for the pilot to fly. You've asked for it for a very long time, and we are very happy to be able to deliver a product that's going to give you a perspective of what it's like to be in the cockpit while the pilot's flying the Raptor demonstration. For the very first time ever, a unique and rare glimpse behind the curtain inside the cockpit of the United States Air Force's F-22 Raptor.
All right, chat, let's have a little look at the leaderboard once again after round number 2 there. Jeffrey Craig, of course, sitting pretty at the top with 60 points, closely followed behind by Nathaniel Stoddard with 54 and Miguel Holloway with 50. Joe Chavez with 45. Not looking good for Thomas Jones. I've never heard the excuse for not getting kills that I was hearing too much game audio. That's never happened to me before. Listen for those footsteps, Tom. I'm sure he can bring it back in round number 3. And if he doesn't, maybe we'll be saying goodbye to him. Who's going to be taken to the skies and who is stuck on the tarmac, ladies and gentlemen? Let's find out in match number 3 over on the Shipment map. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Match number 3, Shipment, the most sweaty of all our multiplayer maps. And the one where we see the highest kill count, I'm sure. Going to be interested to see how many kills Jeffrey manages to rack up on this one. FPS Rookie coming out strong at the top there. Little Hawk close behind. Both of them with 2 kills so far. Got to make use of those lethals right now. Tacticals, lethals. Always a good idea to just lob those out straight off the rip. See if you can find yourself a couple of extra kills, especially when you're running free-for-all like this. You're never going to take out one of your teammates. Really doesn't matter. Definitely worth trying to get as many points as possible on the scoreboard. And to do that, lobbing those lethals will always make a big difference. Ooh, a lovely little selection of plays there. Hip fire for that final kill there. High Justice and FPS Rookie neck and neck, 8 and 7. 9 from FPS Rookie. Likes to distance the gap a little bit. Little Hawk, High Justice, all sitting on 7. Just as I say, that High Justice puts that quick scope to good use. racking up the 8th kill. But FPS Rookie in this round, absolutely dominating with 11 kills up on the board. Lovely little quick scope there. Pulls out that carbine, trying to find his mark, and he will. Kingslayer and headshot, all in one, ladies and gents. FPS Rookie absolutely dominating right now. High Justice, though, close behind. Seems it's going to be neck and neck between these two. Really does make a difference, the familiarity you have with the map in question. Lovely little melee kill there. When you're at close quarters like this, and you're moving so rapidly in and out of those crates, it's always worth having that knife on hand. Not quite sure why the hip firing has been chosen by that user of the P90. Oh, and it's a lovely little execution kill there by Higher Justice, asserting his dominance and really enjoying this last match. I guess at this point, Jeffrey knows that he's got so many points up on the leaderboard, there'll be no chance of him going home after the free-for-all matches. So he's just having a little bit of fun. A couple of execution kills, why not? And despite the fact he seems to be trolling his other airmen, he's still sitting top of the leaderboard with 20 kills so far. Make that 21, ladies and gents. Furry Lima, though, putting in a pretty solid effort, and the 3 players above of him, neck and neck for second place. Oh, and first. This is actually going to be a really tightly pegged match. The stun finds its mark, making it incredibly difficult to rotate that gun round, and you can see, completely incapacitating the player there. Oh, a lovely little shot to the back there. Just managed to peg him off. A nice shotty kill. Triple kill. See if he can make it 4. Woo, he can indeed. Quad kill there. Parlay. Thomas finally dominating somewhat and showing that he does have the skills. He just might have had a couple of bad rounds in the first and second one. And a victory scored there. FPS Rookie takes the 30 kills. It's all over, ladies and gentlemen. Little Hawk close behind in second place. But it's all over, and we will be finding out shortly which one of these airmen will be going home after those FPS free-for-all modes. Let's see some GGs in the chat, and let's head back to Lisa to deliver the bad news.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, Thomas. Buddy. I mean, I guess at this point it was inevitable. Appreciate you.
I literally had to put up 30 kills not to get eliminated. And yeah, that's not happening with these guys.
Yeah. Well, we finally got Jeffrey not to win that one. But nonetheless, you're here at this point, and we have to say goodbye to you, buddy. We appreciate your time here. Any final words for our viewers? Where can people find you streaming?
So I don't usually do this, but I do have a YouTube. It is my name, Thomas Jones, at YouTube.
Okay.
And other ventures I have, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say those. So, yeah.
Ooh, top secret.
Not really, but you know.
You're making it top secret.
Oh, well, I have a blog if I'm allowed to say it.
Of course, plug yourself. You're here. We want to find out where you are.
Oh, okay. Well, of course, I have a blog. It's called World of Parlay at WordPress. I do, I write poetry and whatnot. So if ever find time to read and whatnot, find my blog.
Oh, that is so cool. If I may, and tell me if you can't think of anything right now, but is there a favorite short poem or any couple lines you can share with us right now? I'd love to hear it.
Way to put
it on the word.
Right,
unbelievable.
Right. Let's see. I was thinking of something last night. I'm trying to think of.
I just didn't know if you had any, favorite lines that you always think
He
about.
came out fighting, but it was too rough. He got some kills, but not enough.
Right.
So he's going home. It's over for Tom. We say goodbye to the thump.
Let's go!
I'll take it.
Ghost poet.
We'll get him next time.
Well, Thomas, thank you for your service, and good luck next time. All right. Well, while we set up our next game mode, let's meet some of the crew of these F-22 Raptors.
The aircrew flight equipment career field is one that requires the ultimate amount of trust between the airman and the pilot. We are the ones ensuring that all flight and safety equipment is in perfect working order when it comes time for the pilot to take off.
Most of our work is done behind the scenes, packing parachutes, preparing survival kits, and performing any maintenance that may be required to repair defective gear. The amount of equipment we work with is pretty extensive, and we know that if one thing is slightly off, it could drastically affect the mission.
It's our job to custom fit every piece of gear that the pilot wears. From the helmet to the oxygen mask and the anti-G garment, we are meticulously looking for any imperfections.
Despite the many challenges, seeing the direct impact of our work every single time a pilot takes off and lands is incredibly rewarding.
We have to be on our game 100% of the time, and that's just one of the many things we pride ourselves on as aircrew flight equipment specialists.
Growing up in an Air Force town, it was always really cool to sit in the backyard and watch the airplanes flying overhead all the time. My name is Staff Sergeant Zachary Zistel. I'm a dedicated crew chief on the F-22 Raptor demonstration team. As a crew chief, it's my job to fix and maintain this aircraft as well as perform pre-flight and post-flight inspections. It's definitely a job that can be challenging, lots of long hours working in the weather all the time, but seeing a jet you fix and then have it fly the next morning, that's a feeling like nothing else. The relationship with the pilots is probably one of the coolest things about this job. There's a lot of trust built up between the days in and days out of fixing and flying these aircraft. My dad retired out of Dover Air Force Base, Delaware as a crew chief. I grew up with him telling me stories about working on the flight line and being able to travel all over the world. Honestly, that's probably one of the biggest inspirations I had about joining the Air Force. My family lives 15 minutes away from Dover Air Force Base, Delaware, and some of my greatest memories are going to the local air show as a kid. Being able to return to my hometown as part of the Raptor demonstration team has been a dream of mine for this entire season. On Thursday of Air Show Week, we're traveling to Polytech High School where I graduated from. It's going to be super cool to share our Air Force experience with all the kids and let them know what's going on with the military now. If I had to give any advice to the younger generation, it would be to find self-satisfaction in everything you do, have a good work ethic, and give it everything you got. Dover Air Force Base, we'll see you soon.
Welcome back. Before the break, we finished up 3 rounds of free-for-all and said goodbye to one of our airmen. Now we move on to the last game mode to determine which 3 airmen will be heading to the finale to represent Joint Base Langley-Eustis. So let's head back over to Jeff to get things started.
Thanks very much, Lisa. That's right, we've jumped through the fiery ring of free-for-alls, and we're now down to just 4 airmen, which means it's the perfect time for some 2v2 gunfight action. So here's how it's going to work. One of the airmen will be teamed up with one of our very special guests to go head-to-head with another airman and our second special guest. Airmen, you only have 1 life and a completely randomized loadout each round. The best 4 out of 7 will win the round. But remember, teams, it's not just a routine 2v2 with your regiment. No, at the end of this, the airman with the lowest score will unfortunately be leaving us. So, the first team to go head-to-head will be my wonderful namesake and an absolute laser beam, Jeff Craig, who's going to be popping domes with Shane, versus Joe Chavez and the unstoppable Brock. Set your clock and check your Glock. It's time for 2v2. All right, here we go. Kicking off. We're about to start. Here we go. Kicking off the gunfight. 2v2 action here in Verdansk Stadium. Woo! Drops to the floor. Tries to find a kill with a nade, whilst also lighting up that other player from the left-hand side. Loved that mover. Flanking around the outside, trying to find some high ground. And he will! Another Allegiance win there. Up on the scoreboard. 1 to kick it off. Little Hawk takes 1 to the dome. Makes me sad to see Ghost get popped in the face like that. Never would happen in Verdansk. Right, second round. Let's see if the Coalition team can pull it back. This is a lovely new map, actually. I really like this one for these gunfight modes. 1v1 here. Oh, and a Coalition win. Leveling out the score there. 1-1 so far, ladies and gentlemen. Remember the brothers going head-to-head in this mode as well. Shane and, of course, Brock. And hopefully providing some assistance to their airmen teammates. So out in the open there, and they paid for it on the Coalition side. Allegiance takes the second win on that third round. Beautiful kill from one of the brothers. You know what, mate, is nice? It'd be lovely to have some people up in the stands on a gunfight mode, wouldn't it? If they could just put in a few players in the background, cheering and shouting and jeering. Oof, almost jumped out of the area of actual engagement there. Has rotated all the way back into the spawn of the Coalition team. They're going to be desperately looking for him. One down. Just one more kill to get. Try and level out this score one more time. Woo! And there it is. Another Allegiance win, ladies and gentlemen. 3-1. And this next round will be match point, ladies and gents. Coalition squad is going to have to try and dominate over these next two matches. If they don't get the wins on these next two rounds, they will lose the entire match. And that Airman will be going home. It's not looking good so far. Lovely headshot there. I spoke too soon. The Coalition takes the win. 2-3. They'll need one more win in the next round to ensure that the Airman is not booted at the end of this 2v2 gunfight. So out in the open there, and he pays the price for that. Not quite sure why the fists are coming out. Desperately looking around for those vantage points up top. Hasn't seen the player on his left. He'll be completely out in the open there. He knows where he is now. Can he find the headshot? He can! It's an Allegiance win, and it's all over. 4 wins to 2. And that is match point, ladies and gentlemen. Higher Justice takes the final kill. Our boy Jeff.
All right,
what
good
a
luck
great
in the
name.
next one.
What a great name that is. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, you all fought bravely, but don't worry, you've got 2 more sets of gunfight matches to go before we send one of you home. Lisa, back to you.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, guys, so a lot goes into launching an aircraft, from maintenance to inspection to send-off. The crew of the F-22 Raptor has to be meticulous. Watch how it's done.
Working on one of the world's most technologically advanced fighter jets is something that we as crew chiefs pride ourselves on every single day.
In the overall mission, we are the last point of contact between the pilot and the ground crew.
And it's our job to look over the aircraft from nose to tail to ensure that everything is ready to go.
It's no secret that we work long hours, but to fix a jet and then see it fly the next day is a feeling that none of us will ever forget.
We fix any issues that may have developed during flight, inspect landing gear, and service engines and hydraulic systems.
We are the ones that enable the pilot to accomplish the mission, and it's that mutual bond of trust and respect that allows us to get the job done.
We take pride in our work.
We pay attention to every detail.
No matter what challenge is in front of us, the way we look at it,
it's just another day on the flight line.
What's going on, Raptor Nation? We hope you're ready, because today we're going to show you guys how to launch out an F-22 Raptor. Launching out an F-22 Raptor is actually a 2-person job. The A-Man is primarily in charge of the spot, while the B-Man assists.
Before the pilot gets to the jet, our crew chiefs are out here performing detailed inspections to make sure the aircraft's ready to fly.
Once the pilot is in the seat, he's going to fire off the APU. Once that's up and running, we're going to check the landing and taxi lights.
Next, we're going to move to the back of the aircraft where the engines are located. The pilot's going to throw the throttles over the hump, and we're going to watch for a proper startup sequence.
Once the engines are good to go, the A-Man will go underneath the aircraft, enabling the weapon bay doors, which allows the pilot to close them from the cockpit. The pilot will then cycle the flight control surfaces to warm up the hydraulic fluid and run a built-in test for the flight control system.
The A-Man will then perform a wingtip-to-wingtip inspection, which is a final look of the aircraft before it leaves the spot. We're looking for things like leaks, hardware security, and everything in between. Once the wingtip-to-wingtip inspection is completed, we'll communicate that to the pilot, and then it's time to pull chocks.
Last but not least, it's time for the send-off, where the A-Man will head towards the front of the jet and tell the pilot he's clear to throttle up. Next, we'll give the move forward signal before sending off the pilot with one final salute.
And that's how you launch out an F-22 Raptor. I hope you enjoyed the behind-the-scenes look with the F-22 demo team, and as always, Raptor Nation.
Loving these insider looks into these wonderful workings of the air bases, and also loving the fact that that guy's salute and bring in motions is exactly the same thing I do down at the club on a Friday night. Who am I kidding? I'm too old to go to clubs. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for a change-a-roo with our airmen, though. Hopefully, Brock and Shane have saved a little bit in those trigger fingers for the next Sweat Fest. 2 new teams to go up against one another in our second set of 2v2 gunfight matches. In this one, it's going to be Nathaniel Stoddard running with his mate Shane versus Miguel Holloway and their running mate, Brother Brock. Don't forget to check your six, boys. Let's do this. (2v2) gunfight. Remember, all these loadouts are completely randomized. It really does pay to have experience with all the different weapons. Woo! Lovely little flank there. Manages to find his mark. Rotates around the top of the building. Looking for the second kill. Doesn't find it, and the Allegiance will be taking the first win there. Do like this farmland map. One of my favorite modes to do on my streams when I play custom multiplayer matches with the fans is to do this map with riot shields and crossbows with the incendiary bolts. Absolutely disgusting. Non-stop sweat fest. Pinched here by 2 players, and he will receive 2 sets of bullets in the side of his head. His teammate lingers downstairs, knows that they're both up there, and unfortunately the push isn't strong enough. The Coalition will take round number 2, leveling the score out as 1-1. Lovely finish there from Furry Lima. Good to see one of the airmen taking the final kill. Into round number 3 now. Different plays, different tactics, looking for a different position. Oh, both had the same idea. The shotty comes out and absolutely destroys. Actually got quite lucky with that movement back down off the roof. Sees a player below, tries to stun out. Can't quite find its mark, but it doesn't matter because his teammate mops up the rest. Coalition, 2 kills to 1. A disgusting shot to the back of their head, and 1 for the rump, just for good measure. Shotties, once again in the loadout. It's almost like even multiplayer wants to force the Origin down our throats. Utilizing these various ledges is integral. Ah, got caught with a reload there. Where is the second player, though? He went to sleep. Not sure what happened there. Looked like the Coalition player completely went 99 after his first kill, resting on his laurels. And it's all over for him. The score is level 2-2, moving into round number 5. Straight up for the top level, trying to get that height advantage. Could have gone for a nice little peek round that corner. We'll pop through the window in pursuit. desperately looking for the tango. See one of the Allegiance team there coming through the window. Receives one bullet to the face and manages to drop back down before it's all over. Unfortunately, lying down, hoping for the best, will only find you an early grave. Good night. Furry Lima dominating 2 rounds in a row, pushing the Coalition team to match point. Can they find the points? Can they take the win? Time will tell. Opting to work together here, the Allegiance team. An aggressive push there from one of the players. Spins around. Manages to find his mark. The Allegiance takes the win there, leveling the score 3-3, and we will have a nail-biting final match point round. And it's anyone's game at this point. Kicking off with the Allegiance spawn here. They'll both take to the high ground, as will one of the Coalition team members. Trying to work his way around the outside, looking for that flank. One of the Allegiance squad is down right now. He's got to keep his head on a swivel. Manages to find a beautiful little slot there. Unfortunately, not good enough as a Coalition team flanks to the left-hand side of that Allegiance player and getting the final and 4th match point in those rounds. All right, Airmen, we're down to our last round of 2v2 to determine who will be parachuting into Verdansk later and who's going to be RTB for the rest of the tourney. But first, back over to Lisa.
Thanks, Jeff. Jeff with all those fancy words. Comedy over there, because, you know, that's what he does. He's fantastic at it. But Chad, you guys, if you haven't already concluded this based on what we've seen so far, these F-22 Raptors are absolutely astounding. Check out what these advanced tactical fighters can do.
epic aircraft there, ladies and gentlemen. An epic gameplay so far in these 2v2 gunfight matches. We've seen finishes right down to the wire. Let's see if we're going to get another one of those right now, because this will be our final round of 2v2 gunfight, and we're going to find out who the last airman to be sent back to their barracks will be. So, Joe Chavez and Shane will be teaming up against Nathaniel Stoddard and their running mate Brock. This is their final standoff, and it's anyone's game to win. Airmen, the time is upon us. May the blessings of our Lord Jesus be with you all, and remember, stay frosty, yes? All right, folks, over to the trenches for our final round of 2v2 gunfight. Remember, Shane and Brock teaming up with those two airmen. It's brother v brother. Airman v airman. Pistola versus pistola. I love this one. Absolutely perfect for hiding around. This is going to be a longer match, I imagine, ladies and gentlemen. None of the players seem to be taking that high ground right now, utilizing the cover. Whew, and that's the reason why. As soon as you pop up top, you are on the map. But he completely misses that player behind him, gets the kill there. Has to spin around nice and quickly. And as he reloads, the coalition player pushes in with a lovely flank, taking point number 1 in round number 1. Hugging that water pipe for dear life. Too late, too little. So long. The Allegiance team pushing on the right-hand side now, flanking over. Trying to light up Barack Obama, and a very close engagement here for both teams. But the coalition squad will come out and dominate with a second point up on the leaderboard. Beautiful pistol shots there with precision from Barack O'Drama. What a username. Round number 3. Allegiance really need to make their presence known. It's going to be difficult with 2 players down. Coalition, a very quick third round there. Not too much precision on the beginning of that mag, but manage to redefine that reticule. Trace out to his head, and it's good night for the Allegiance squad. 3 kills for Barack O'Drama, 4 for FPS Rookie here. And Red Robin Man 34 not really doing a huge amount so far in this match. Can he make up for that right now? The answer is no, he cannot. The Coalition takes their 4th and final round, and that will be match point. It's all over. FPS Rookie absolutely dominating there, ladies and gentlemen. So, GG's all round. Our airmen have fought valiantly, but unfortunately one of them is going to have to go home. Lisa will tell us who that is in just a minute. But first, airmen, how do you feel about that final round? That was a bit of a whitewash after our second match, where it was right down to the wire for match point. What happened there?
I mean, I feel like it was a fair fight, and a lot of it came down to just RNG, like you said in the beginning. You know, those reload times on those double pistols is just insane. So you got to make sure every shot counts in the beginning.
Absolutely, and I saw you getting a little bit trigger happy there, Joe.
Yeah.
Utilizing a full clip before dropping that reload.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely unfortunate starting off the game with those pistols. I would have been better and preferred another pistol, but, you know, it is what it is.
Well, Lisa, over to you to tell us which of our airmen will be going dark after those gunfight matches.
Thanks, Jeff. And I am here, as Jeff said, to deliver the bad news to Joe Chavez. Buddy, you got a nice beauty light there. Looking fantastic.
Thanks.
But unfortunately, you're going home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to dwell on that too much. Let's just talk about where everyone can find you. And hopefully you're playing better Call of Duty.
Yeah, hopefully that's not lagging. You can add me on Xbox, Slowhawk. I don't really stream that. I'm not really out of a streamer. But social media handles is JJ Chavez 313. And that's really it.
All right. Well, what can I ask? What does the rest of today hold for you, or is this all off today?
I'm gonna take the rest of the day off, take a nice little break, and just kind of relax. I had work today, so it was kind of a long day for me being up right now. So,
Oh, you went to work, then you came to do this with us.
Yep.
Busy. So what time did you start today? Like, what time did you wake up?
I woke up at 5 a.m.
No thanks. All right. Well, you're fantastic. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your service.
Of course.
All right. Well, the remaining 3 airmen are heading to Command Clash Season 1 finale next week, when they'll be vying to outperform the other air bases in a game of Warzone. But they're not done here just yet. Are they ready for the big battle? We will find out after this little break, so stick around. We're going to find out just how much synergy this squad might have and if they are Warzone ready.
Real simple. Everybody will get over this wall. I don't care if you do it as a team or if you do it solo like Rambo. You will get up. You will get over. Do you get me? Yes, I can't hear you. Yes, can't hear you. Yes, move on.
There you go, looking good. Good job.
We're yelling for you, Gatway. They're yelling for you. There you go. Come on, keep going. Go. I'm a little butterfly. Woo!
It's time, ladies and gentlemen. These airmen have battled for the right to go hunting down in Verdansk, and it's time to let them loose on their unsuspecting enemies. Ladies and gents, welcome to the war zone. Each of our remaining airmen are going to be teamed up with one of our special guests, and each is going to try and rack up as many points as possible to be crowned the Call of Duty champ on Langley base. Points will be calculated from the whole team score. So what this means, airmen, for every kill you or your teammate gets, you will earn 1 point. And then, to add to the points, your final placement in the Battle Royale will also earn you extra capital, depending on how high you come. Finally, if you happen to end up with exactly the same score as one of your fellow airmen, the team that does the most damage will decide the tiebreaker. Our first duo partnership dropping in the AO is going to be Jeffrey Craig, Jeffrey Babyface Craig, with Shane watching his sticks. How do you feel, fellas? Any pre-game strategies you want to share with us before you drop hot in the AO?
No.
I follow Shane. Whatever Shane does, I'm just going to follow what he's doing.
No plan, just sweat. That's all we do. I mean, are you aggressive players, the two of you, when you play Warzone? Are you pusher classes, or are you going to be camping up on a rooftop?
I think maybe a little bit of both. Take advantage of opportunities when we see them, but also we don't want to be too aggressive and get killed before we have a chance to land a top 10 finish.
Makes sense. What about you, Jeffrey? You agree with that?
Like I said, gonna follow him. Warzone, not my expertise.
Oh, that's not your bag, just multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm really good at multiplayer, but like
we've
Warzone,
seen that.
We'll see how it goes.
All right,
we've
definitely seen you dominate on those multiplayer maps. Let's hope you can do the same down in Verdansk. So whilst we're waiting for them to drop, considering he's going to be running support on these matches, I want to have a little chat with Brock. If you were leading this squad, where would you choose as your favorite drop location on the map?
So me, I'm a patient until I get my loadout. Once I get the loadout, we're balls to the wall, pushing anybody, 100% full speed. So that being said, I'm dropping a little bit away from the circle. I need to get my bearings, see where I'm at, relax a little bit, and then I'm good to go.
And do you have like a normal plan of action when you're running with your squad when you play the game? Do you like to go for certain types of operations straight off the bat?
I love an early scavenger. I love an early scavenger. I know a lot of people go bounty, but they get bounty way too early, and it's somebody flying over who lands on the other side of the map. Now you've wasted 3 minutes and you can't get anything else. So I usually drop by a base. I like military base. I like East Promenade, although East Promenade gets a little hot sometimes, so I kind of got to gauge where that circle is going to be. But my role usually is just the run and gun guy. I keep me as far away from a sniper as possible. You can cover me, but I'm running full speed straight ahead.
You're going for a full pusher class. Well, speaking of that, what is in your loadout? If we were to open up Brock Vereen's box, no pun intended, what's going to be in? What are we going to find inside of there, my man?
We're going to find the Growl. The Growl was so good when the game first came out that I was just being a rebel. I refused to use it because I just wanted to prove I was better than it. But then I started using it, and now I can't get away from it. It's the greatest. If I'm not going Growl, I'm going MP7.
That is hilarious. I'm exactly like you. Whenever a gun becomes meta in the game, I'm always like, no, I refuse to use it.
Exactly.
We're gonna. I refuse. I'm gonna show that I can work with these other guns. But actually, as soon as I started using the Growl and got all those attachments unlocked, I mean, that thing is a laser beam. I know it's been nerfed down since then. There was a period of time where it was absolutely shredding, and then they nerfed down a little bit of that distant range damage. But I think it still slaps. And all the other guns that have come since, apart from maybe the Kilo, really haven't held up once they've been nerfed, in my opinion. You agree, or you still find a few other guns to be powerful?
100% agree. I mean, yeah, like you said, pre-nerf, it was basically a automatic sniper rifle. So thank God that they nerfed it. But if I'm not going Growl, honestly, yeah, MP7 a little bit. But again, I mean, I was just trying to be such. I mean, I spent 3 weeks playing with the Odin, for Christ's sake, just because I just wanted to prove I could do it without the Growl. But no, Growl 100% all the way. It is by and large the best gun in the game.
Well, it looks like these boys are going to be going pretty sweaty. They're going to be dropping over by the silos next to Superstore. As we know, I mean, when I'm playing day in, day out in those sweaty lobbies, Superstore is where everyone heads to get those high kills straight off the rip. I wonder if that's their thinking here. Go hard and fast at the beginning, get as many kills pegged up on the leaderboard as possible, get those points in, and then play a little bit more conservatively as the match goes on. Look at that, straight through a window like Jason Bourne.
Ooh.
Love it. That was nice, wasn't it? Can't pick up his trophy system, seems to be bugged out. Straight through the window and straight into a bug as well. Love it. I do find that when you play the way that you do, which is to, select guns that you're maybe not naturally have the prowess with, just to be able to get better at them, that improves your overall ground loot game as well.
1,000%. 1,000%. And, it looks like they dropped in a fairly safe place here, but a lot of times your super secret spot that no one knows about, you got 3 other teams there. And if you don't get better with those crappy guns that you find laying around, you're going to die every single time. So by being able to at least be serviceable in some of the lesser used guns, you give yourself at least a fighting chance in those specific scenarios.
We got an enemy helo coming in from the north direction. They'll mark it, pings it up, but doesn't engage at all. I like that they're playing reasonably fast-paced, reasonably aggressive so far. I mean, not pushing any players particularly, but just the way that they're moving, the way that they're looting, seems like we've definitely got an experienced player here on our hands, despite the fact that he said he has no experience in Warzone whatsoever. And what about your bro? Who's a better player between you and your brother when it comes to the Warzone?
I tell you what, consistency is not his thing. There will be some games you're wondering what the heck is going on. But when the iron's hot and he is in the zone, I'll put him up against anyone. Time will tell as to what kind of game this is going to be. Because I tell you what, there's no middle ground, there's no gray area. It is to the left or to the right, good or bad. So we'll see right here.
we'll see where it goes. You know what I've also found is that a lot of the airmen, when we've talked to them over the course of this Command Clash tournament, that a lot of them, the comms are so good in game, and it really is because they've been trained like that in the military to be able to talk, to be able to give good shot calls, to be able to ping properly. And that's why there's so many either currently serving or veteran military playing Call of Duty. I mean, a large number of them in my community when I stream on Facebook gaming, 6 days a week, including a lot of my moderation team. Now, when it comes to professional athletes like yourself and professional footballers in particular, your comms on the pitch need to be on point as well. Have you found that that's influenced how good you are in game?
1,000%. 1,000%. You know, I don't care how bad you are at this game. If you can get quality info and give quality info, you have a fighting chance. And which is why I play best with my friends who are currently in the military or former, and my friends who are currently still playing in the NFL or former NFL players. I mean, there's nothing worse than just getting in with a rando who just says, "Hey, there's a guy over there." What does that mean? Oh, there, right there, right there. You know,
there in front of us, behind that tree, on that rock.
I'm like, what does that mean? Whereas on the flip side, again, I don't care if you picked up the controller in this game on day one. If somebody says, "Hey, north at 137, there's a guy coming," okay, I have a fighting chance. So communication is everything, and without question, those abilities on the field carry over to games as well.
Right, so we've seen them jump on the top of Twins here, taking a little look across the way. I almost thought there was another player on top there, using that power line to get up to the top nice and quickly. Unfortunately, with the animation at the top there, can be a bit of a risky maneuver if there's someone waiting at the top of the building. They got lucky this time. Twins always very sweaty over here on the apartment complexes. Normally a lot of engagements, normally a lot of players, but they're having a very quiet game so far. Maybe they scared everyone off. They might have heard your brothers down there with those powerful shoulders of his.
I can assure you that is not what's going on here. But I will say, I too am shocked. No
the BM, the brotherly competition is ridiculous. I love it. I love it.
I mean, the fact that they haven't so much as seen another person is shocking. However, this red flare into the air that comes with a loadout usually brings some action with it. So I'm interested to see if we'll get our first encounter coming up.
Well, I tell you what, talking to pusher classes that we were talking about earlier on, he's got the MP5 there. He's also got the Bruin, which obviously was slapping for at least a full season before it got nerfed down quite recently. It's still, I mean, with that high ammo count, with those 100-round mag clips, it really does absolutely shred and can make the difference between downing an entire team and getting a team wipe on all 4 players, or in this case, duos, or getting lit up by a second or third party.
Absolutely. You know, and I had my LMG phase, and although you're going to be running slow, you're not delivering a lot of damage, but it's like you said, the fact of the matter is I have more bullets than you do. So if I have full shields and an LMG, chances are I'm taking out at least 2 of you, you know.
Absolutely.
The Bruin being a little more mobile than the other ones. I mean, that thing was just a cheat code, like you said, for all of season. What was it, season 4, season 5? That thing was a cheat code.
They are deciding to just, I think, oh, lovely little down there, precision, and that's a teamwork right there. Oh, no, he managed to get the revive out. Okay, so it's just a 1-player down elimination. He's going to be looking for the guy Guling back in. I'm sure his teammate will give him some comms and let him know to land completely away from the apartment complexes right now, unless the enemy is thirsty. And if that's the case, maybe we'll see a little bit of engagement here again. Amazing precision firing there.
He's good with that thing. He's good with that thing. I know that was a quick little 10-second thing there, but you can tell he knows what he was doing. I think he was downplaying his ability a bit.
I tell you what, though, your brother got a wonderful ping there, allowing Jeffrey the opportunity to light up that secondary player, who I'm pretty much sure would be the second member who just ghoulied back in. Lights him up. It's almost like your brother is playing point man, pointing out where people are, you know, marking various people on the map and letting that Bruin do its work from Jeff.
Know your role, whether you are playing a video game or on a soccer field or on a basketball court. Know your role. If you could do your role well, your team has a shot.
Now, tell me, are you one of these professional athletes who's going to put me and the rest of the world to shame by being incredibly proficient in a large number of sports, including video gaming, including the NFL, and also you mentioned basketball there? Do you how do you unwind normally? Is it with video games? Are there other things that you love to get up to outside of activities on the field and in Warzone?
Absolutely. You know, obviously with COVID, Warzone has been taking up the majority of my time. Sports are starting to trickle back here, but we got some action going on here.
Absolutely, yeah, lighting up that vehicle down there, trying to disable it. I think he might have just got the disable almost. One player got dropped off by the loadout box over there. They were camping that loadout box. They haven't pushed forward for their own, trying to see if they can find that second player. But 2 kills here for Jeffrey, and I think there's at least 1 for your brother as well. Can they make it a 4th kill? Racking up those points nice and early. Not actually a bad play by holding this rooftop. They see a small vehicle to the left-hand side of the minimap, and no eyes on it right now. I guess your brother is probably watching over in that direction. Picks up a pistol just for a couple of YOLO shots, I guess. Realizes he only has 58 rounds left in that magazine. Not a lot of ammo, and this is the issue with camping on the top of the roof like an F-boy.
I tell
See
you
some movement
what,
to the left there?
when I'm the one doing it, it's strategy. When I'm the one getting shot at by people doing it, they're the worst. So it's all about perspective.
Now, be honest with me, you've screamed more than once in a match of Warzone, I'm sure. Does it ever reduce down to obscenities, or do you always keep it PG-13?
Without question.
Yeah,
But I tell you what, I've gotten a little better, and you can ask Shane about this when I'm up next. On the original Xbox, we used to have all our friends over playing Halo nonstop for 12 hours a day. We went through 11 Xbox controllers because we kept breaking them. And then one day our parents said, I'm not buying another damn controller. So you guys better get your emotions in order. So we've gotten a lot better. Do some words I shouldn't say slip out? Of course. But let me tell you, from where I started at when I was about 13, I have come leaps and bounds.
I can't believe that your parents let you smash up 11 controllers before they put the kibosh on it. If I'd smashed up 1 controller back in the day, my Cockney father would have picked me up by the ear, thrown me against the wall, and given me a lashing way worse than the controller received. You had nice parents, mate. You had nice parents. Tell your mum you love her tonight. Give her a call and let her know you love her.
I definitely will, because she deserves it.
All right, they're going to be pushing aggressively to get that second loadout now. So hopefully they can pick up their perks there. I noticed he wasn't running the ghost perk. An interesting choice, especially as they progress towards those later circles. I wonder if they're just banking on having enough money to get themselves an extra loadout later on. Also interesting to see the 2 players, Jeffrey and your brother there, actually swapping out weapons on the roof. I guess your brother said, hey, listen, I got HDR. How are you with a sniper? Do you want to take care of this for a minute? And Jeff was like, yes, please.
Communication's everything. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses. Shane not comfortable with the sniper. Jeff seems to be good with everything, so why not give it to him? And that is egoless playing, as they call it.
Absolutely. Hey man, this is a personal journey I'm on as well. If you remove all of your ego and embrace all of your insecurities and try and counteract them, you can only become a better version of yourself year by year. Deep, man.
Beautiful.
Deep.
Beautiful. Life lessons.
Remember, kids,
baby, I love it.
Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs. And remember to get rid of that ego. You're going to be all right. All right, so they're moving now, splitting up in different directions. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like Jeff might be moving to that bertha to go and pick up a vehicle. No trophy system on it. Making himself very susceptible to C4s, RPGs. I guess providing some kind of getaway vehicle should they need it later game. Not a bad idea. Or maybe just using it to, I don't know, maybe he's just trying to pass his driving test. No, your brother has thrown a trophy system directly in front of it, letting that bertha be completely and utterly protected. It's happened to all of us. It's happened to all of us. Buddy, I've bounced more trophy systems off the front of an ATV and bertha than I've bounced. Well, I don't want to say what I was about to say because this is a PG-13 show. Let's just say some bouncing happened. Once in a blue moon, Ghosty gets a little bounce, and And it's not as regular as the bouncing of trophy systems. Right, takes a little look at the rooftops over there. They've had a pretty low engagement rate so far, but they have been holding rooftops for the most part, keeping their eyes on a swivel, trying to make sure that no one's creeping up behind them or flanking. This circle will be closing in. The third circle will determine whether they need to make a big move or hold tight here at the train station location. What would you be rotating round to? If the circle ended up on the other side of the map, which way would you like to rotate round, Brock? Ooh!
Oh, uh-oh.
Your brother got popped from behind. We see a sniper glare up there. He pings it, tries to return fire. Can he get the shot off before he gets lit up? Hopefully your brother is currently crawling to safety, and there will be the revive. And that's the problem with camping around on rooftops. You may get pegged or pinched by two teams from another location. Those sniper shots not finding their mark. He's got him nicely pegged. Unfortunately, just can't find that headshot he wants for the down. Looks like only one sniper scope over there as well. He gets the crack on the armor, but takes a shot himself. Your brother is down to 2 plates, and Hired Justice will be down and out, ladies and gentlemen. Woof! Gets the first sniper shot. Let's see that second finish. One to the back of the dome. It was a completely different team third-partying there. And then, exactly as I mentioned, they got pinched by 2 teams with snipers, and they'll both be heading to the gulag. Right. Your brother's down there first. How is he at gulag normally?
Same as always. Roll the dice. It could be the greatest thing you've ever seen or the quickest death you've ever seen.
That was the quickest death we've ever seen, ladies and gentlemen. You called it, Brock. You called it.
One or the other. One or the other.
But a lovely rapid kill there from Jeff. All those Warzone games in multiplayer mode have actually paid off for him, actually. Sorry, not the Warzone, the multiplayer. Complete opposite. Has probably paid off for him in those close encounters down in the gulag. Ghoulies, for me, have been getting better and better. He sees his player on top of that rooftop, decides to yeet out there as quickly as possible, pushes himself over towards the police station, hoping for a little bit of loot. Nothing in this room. He's going to have to do a little bit more searching around. And will he get his cash together and try and revive your brother? Running solo in a duos game like this, especially in a competition match, not the best look. He definitely wants that higher placement. 29th place right now. 29th in the teams. They will get no points for that on the leaderboard. So right now, it really is a survival tactic play.
Survive and advance is the name of the game. And again, it goes back to the whole ego thing. A lot of people say it would be cowardly to sit and hide on a rooftop and let the teams dwindle down. But hey, you are trying to win this thing. Sometimes remove the ego and say, what is it going to take to win this thing? And sometimes that's the answer. But he's gearing up. And I know if somebody does cross his path, he is a tough kill, as we've seen.
I mean, I respect your opinion, and I think you're right. There are times and places for camping out on a rooftop, but I will always be the first to call you a big camping sissy boy if that's the way you decide to play. Go big or go home. I want to see a 360 no scope with this car 98. He's got a blue one. He's do it for the gram, bro. Get that video, get that clip. He's got a nice little long-range AUG there. He'll pick that up. He's got some good cash together as well. Not quite enough to get your brother back yet, but time will tell. Who knows? Maybe he'll find a couple more stacks of cash. All he needs is 4,000 to get the revive. Or, ultimately, he might choose to... there we go. $2,000 there. Just $300 more for the revive. I would definitely opt to search for a little bit more money in a couple more buildings rather than grabbing that most wanted that he marked on the map. Brave play, brave decision if he was going to go for that. But ultimately, he could have just turned around, searched that loot box. Legendary loot crate. Runs straight by it. Doesn't even think about picking up one of those armor satchels, which are most likely going to be located inside that. Instead, he's just running to make his way into the circle. Sees a little ping on the map, that red dot there. I think he's going to go and push an engage, Brock.
Interesting to pass up on 2 loot boxes, one of them legendary, which without question would have given him the $300 that he needs. Let's see if it pays off for him.
What is he doing? He's running past. I can hear loot box after loot box after loot box. And rather than opening them and finding the cash, this is what happens when a multiplayer player who doesn't understand how the loot crates work in Warzone ends up not getting the revive and getting lit up by 2 people. He also hasn't looked at that tall building. Oh, there we go. A little flick up. That's a favorite camping snipe spot as well. He's got to keep his eyes to the roof a little bit. He's definitely playing like a multiplayer performer, you know, just looking left and right, left and right, left and right, but never really keeping his eyes on those rooftops.
You have absolutely nailed it, because I mean I leave no loot box unopened. I will die in the smoke if there is a legendary loot box. I mean, and he without question passed up on what, maybe $5,000 total there. Now it looks like if he can get to this buy station safely, he will get Shane back, but it certainly could have happened faster.
Call him Shane Loot Goblin Vereen, ladies and gentlemen. A man after my own heart. That's the way we do it, man. I love that. I love that. You've got to open up every loot box. You've got to get that cash. By now, I'm probably about 30,000 in the bank. Unfortunately, that doesn't transpose to real life. Please help me. Please help me. Welfare, anything will be welcome. I've got an OnlyFans page. OnlyFans.com/jeffsbighairyfeet.com/ghosty is ready to roasty. Right. He pings a couple of players, parachuting off the top of that tall building, heading over towards the hospital. This is going to be an absolute sweatfest moving along. You see a small vehicle slowly making its way across the road from him. Is he going to take the snipe shot? Yes, he will. He gets the down. A beautiful snipe shot. That Car 98 absolutely slaps from distance. Another point on the scoreboard there. That's 4 kills for him. But he's had himself out in the open too long. He's given away his position. And he will pay the price for that. Can he get the Bruin out in time? Can he get those shots? Woo! Just in the nick of time. Doesn't even pick up the gas mask. Clearly has no idea what he's doing, but is an absolute laser beam. If this boy played Warzone a bit more and actually understood the loot system, he could be an incredible Warzone player.
He might be the best Warzone player of all time if he understood how it worked.
Yeah, looks at that armor satchel. Will he pick up the armor satchel? Will he pick up the precision airstrike? Will he pick up the ammo box? Will he get any of that stuff? Thank goodness he does. He's got 8 plates in reserve right now. I thought he'd just run past it. No, it's not my gun. I don't need it. I don't need it. Man, what do you think about the armor satchels coming fully plated now? Do you remember that once upon a time? Oh, sees a player across the road down by the gas station, lights him up, manages to crack the armor. He has got 2 down there and is being lit up by both. Can he make his way across to the building in time? That was a terrible run. Should have gone to the left of the building, and he will pay the price there. He is down. He is out. It is all over. 20th position. We'll find out if he's going to get any extra points for that final placement. But some good kills there for our boy, Jeffrey Craig, running, of course, with Shane Vereen.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Again, maybe not as much information on the strategy and tactics of Warzone. He said he's more of a multiplayer guy, but that shot with the Car 98 was as beautiful as it gets.
So, Shane, Jeffrey.
Oh, God.
First of all, I've just been talking with Brock, and we're both in agreement. Jeffrey, you could be one of the greatest Warzone players ever if you just understood how loot boxes work and what gas masks, etc. mean. What was going on?
Did I miss one?
Dude, you missed about 7,000. Me and Brock were listening all the way that you were trying to get the revive on Shane. You had $3,700 in the bank. You needed $300 more. You ran past.
Hear me out.
You ran. No. You hear me out first, young man. Not only did you run past about 12 loot boxes that we could hear, you also went past a legendary orange loot box, which would possibly have had an armor satchel with 8 plates and a big stack of cash. You could have got your boy Shane up and had 2 guns instead of 1.
So I was afraid of the circle, because when I play Warzone and I'm in that situation, the circle usually ends up killing me. Me running back for boxes is usually where I die. So I was just trying to...
Oh! Come in! Let him in! Bring him in! What's up, Superman?
I told you, too.
Yo, first of all, not only am I angry with you, it turns out one of your kids is angry with you as well. And so he should be, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Shane, very good support player there. I think you actually racked up a kill at the beginning of the match, but unfortunately got taken down after one of those second or third engagements. You got popped and pinched from 2 sets of snipers either side.
That's where I think like things kind of took a turn, because we had our loadout, we were set up, we were good, high ground. We had 2 people in our sights and then got killed from a guy behind us. And from then we were just struggling, trying to get back to where we were. But Jeff did a great job. That shot, when he shot that guy out of the vehicle, I've never seen such a
Beautiful.
shot.
He only lined it up for about 25 minutes, and then he got it.
Hey, but I hit it.
You know what?
He did.
Full respect to you for that. It was a beautiful snipe. Unfortunately, the push that came after it resulted in your death. But you did rack up some kills. You will get some points. Will it be enough to take you to the top of the leaderboard? Time will tell. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 6 points will be the total for Jeffrey and for Shane there. And our second duo partnership going full send in Verdansk will be Miguel Holloway, our fireman on base. Look at that handsome, rugged face, ladies. Ridiculousness. And of course, my boy Brock Vereen. I feel like we're brothers now. You can get rid of Shane. Just bring me into the family Thanksgiving meals. People might ask where our parents come from. It might be a little confusing for them, but that's all right. It's 2020. Now, we all know that Brock loves to drop a little bit away from the flight path of the plane when he gets down to Verdansk. Is that what you guys are going to be doing, moving into this match, trying to get looted up nice and early and migrate your way through, taking kills as you move to the center circle?
What do you think, Miguel? All up to you.
Man, I'm an aggressive player, man. I like to get.
Okay, I love it.
Just start fighting. But I mean, I'm sure our opposites are going to pair together, and let's just get popping.
All right, so Superstore drop. Full send, full rage.
Full send, baby.
I love it.
Let's do it.
And tell me, what each of you, if you had your ideal ground loot pickup as your first gun, what would it be?
My ground loot weapon would be probably an Uzi off rip. I like the Uzi a lot. Either that or a grenade launcher is always nice to clear out big areas like Superstore. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully we get lucky.
I simultaneously loved that answer and then immediately after hated it.
I'm that
Uzi,
guy.
I love you. You are that guy. You are that guy. And what about you, Brock? What do you want to pick up what are you hoping for when you land at Superstore?
Uzi all the way, whether it's the Uzi or the MP7. I know each season they kind of alternate. I just want something quick. I just need something quick that I can run with and blast with, and I'm good to go. So it's the same answer as Miguel.
All right, sounds good to me.
Hopefully the plane is set up for Superstore.
Let's see how it goes.
I love that.
Time will tell. We'll find out very shortly as you guys start to wait for a suitably sweaty lobby to dive into. Shane Vereen is going to be joining me now, telling me why he is the best brother out of the Vereen brothers.
Wow, what do you mean? Look at me. You should. I mean, it's obvious, right?
I mean, first of all, a very handsome man. I'm not going to deny it. You have perfect teeth, a winning smile, and the athleticism to boot. Now, your brother was smack talking you a fair amount in that previous match. I mean,
I already knew. As I was playing, I was like, oh my gosh, I know he's probably ripping me a new one right now. I knew it. When I made I missed a couple shots, a couple guys that were sitting down by the loadout drops. And there was 2 of them, and I broke one shield, broke the other one shield, but I didn't get any kills. I know he was just going ham on me. I could just feel it.
You know what, though? We did actually see you at one point on the rooftop over at Twins. You actually dropped your HDR and handed that over to Jeffrey and were like, hey, listen, use this for a couple of those snipe shots, because he only had the Bruin and the...
Yeah, like a bolt action or like a rifle or something like that. Yeah.
So do you like running with a sniper normally, or would you prefer the pusher class?
So what I do is like my favorite gun is the assault rifle. I like the MP13 or the M13 or the M4, and then I'll take a sniper. And then if I'm on with the sniper, I keep it. If not, I never take it out again. So it's kind of like
I'm going to change your
like
game right here, man. I'm going to change your game right here. Stick a nice long barrel attachment and a decent variable scope on that M4 or that M13, so you can use it as both a close and long range, or at least a mid and long range. And then grab yourself a nice like MP7 or an MP5 and run that as your secondary. That will absolutely shred. Change your push.
Add the long barrel.
There you go. Which, according to all of your ex-girlfriends, long barrels is what Shane comes with, ladies and gentlemen. So, there you go, man. I got your back. Send me that money on Venmo immediately. Right. So, what are you expecting to see out your brother here? It's your turn now to give us an insider's opinion on how Brock likes to run in Warzone.
You know, as much as I would like to clown on him, he's actually a pretty good Warzone player. I can't wait to see him mess up, so then I can clown on him. But going into the match, I gotta have confidence in him, because all the times we've played, he's very good strategy wise. I kind of like to land in the middle, but how we kind of got killed in the last game when I was with Jeff, we were getting shot from all different angles.
Absolutely.
He likes to land outside and work his way in, which is a smarter play. But I don't know. I get kind of bored that way.
I'm with you, man. It's really the toss-up between do you want to get high kills straight off the rip, or do you want to get kitted out and then start to progress your way straight in? Love seeing that, though, straight off the bat. You're taking shots and shredding people as they're parachuting down. This is just in the lobby, so maybe we are going to see a really sweaty match here from Miguel and your bro. Now, tell me about that camaraderie, obviously, between the two of you as professional athletes, as brothers, as gamers together. Now, there also must be some competition there as well. Which one, is it like a delicate balancing act for you guys as you were growing up between competition and camaraderie and support?
No, it was pretty much just competition. No, I mean, there was always support, but between us, I would say, like, growing up with him he was my best friend, you know, and we were really close.
You keep saying we were really close. He was my best friend. What
we
changed,
are really
dude?
close.
What changed?
We are still close. Man, no, he got a little jealous when I won a Super Bowl and he did it. I think that's probably the divide.
The BM boys, the BM is real, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. All right, it looks like they are men of their words here, Shane. They're going to be dropping hot over at the stadium straight off the bat. Always going to be sweaty. I imagine we're going to see at least, I mean, it's a duos game, so we're probably going to see maybe, I'm going to guess, like 4 or 5 other duo teams drop on stadium, especially because the flight path is directly over it. Is that where you would have headed to, or maybe you would have gone to Superstore earlier on?
You know, for me, stadium it's like, yes, you probably get a lot of kills, but also you might be sent straight to the gulag. But clearly Miguel is one feisty, confident guy. So look, whenever I play this game, I always tell whoever I'm playing with, whatever you're feeling most comfortable with, let's do that, because that's what you're going to be the best at.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to try and take the pilot out of that enemy helo. He manages to crack the armor. Is he going to get the down? He can't get the down, and the teammate seems to have maneuvered across the other side of the stadium. We saw him drop there. I guess those two boys are going to yeet themselves out of there, get completely away from the stadium, and it looks like there's actually not that many teams who drop with them. Unfortunately, it seems to have backfired slightly. Never seen it this quiet. How do you feel about the Easter eggs in the game? Have you actually tried to open up the various bunkers and rooms throughout stadium as well that are currently coded or need a card to access?
No, how do you even find out about the Easter eggs? Explain that to me. How do people know about Easter eggs?
Shane, I'm going to teach you about something. It's called the internet. It's a magical place filled with naked ladies, creepy people, strange, weird memes, fake news, and of course, you know, plenty of people giving hints and Easter eggs. Exactly. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, naked ladies and Easter eggs. Perfect.
Exactly.
Say no more.
I mean, that sounds like a great Easter holiday to me. Right, there we go, grabbing that gas mask. Lovely to get kitted out. I mean, it's working out for them, actually. They're getting really nicely kitted before they even move out of the stadium area. As long as they don't get lit up by anyone coming up the outside edge of them from above, they should be okay.
That's pretty dry over here.
There you go. Finally got
there we go. Nice little legendary crate. There we go. Nice armor satchel as well. Feeling nicely loaded out right now. Now, how often do you and your bro actually play together? Do you get to do that quite regularly?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, not as regularly as we would like. We both have pretty busy schedules. Even during the quarantine, we're both kind of busy, and I don't get on as much as I need to and as much as I should to really get my game where it used to be when I used to be addicted to video games, and that's the only thing that I would do. But as time's progressed, I've played less and less. But I'd say we get on about once a week.
I think it's quite funny to hear because so many professional athletes are also heavily into the world of video gaming, and especially like first-person shooters, sports games, that kind of stuff. Anything competitive, anything that involves, running in teams, running in squads, having to work together in that way. Do you think that the mindset of a professional sporting athlete, physical sporting athlete, and the mindset of a professional esports player would be very similar, or do you think there's quite stark differences between the two?
I think mentally it's extremely similar, and we've been fortunate enough with ESTV to meet with multiple e-gaming teams and professional teams, amateur teams, and we kick it off and we get along pretty quickly. Because we know professional athletes know video games, maybe not as well as the pro video game players do, but we know enough to have a conversation. And every time, we just talk about strategy. We talk about best player, the worst player, glitches in the game. That's one of the funniest conversations.
What, glitches in this game? Glitches? Bugs?
No,
Stop
never,
it.
right? Of course, this is flawless, right?
I refuse
Every
to
game is
accept that. As one of the characters from the game, I can say that is categorically false. Never happens. How dare you? What do you mean vehicles were taken out for a week? I don't even know what you're on about. No, I understand what you're saying, though. And I mean, as a game is being updated as frequently as Call of Duty Modern Warfare has been, with constant seasonal updates, constant gun nerfs, gun upgrades, additional loot, Easter eggs throughout. It really is a bit of a race to try and let the devs kind of iron out any of those kinks as they present themselves.
Absolutely, and then every time, I'm always frustrated when I turn the game on and I gotta wait for another update, and then there's another update. But at the end of the day, it makes the gameplay better, and you never complain about the update once it's smoother and it's less glitchy or whatever the problem is. But it is kind of frustrating as a game player when you just want to turn the game on and play right away.
They've got themselves a cheeky little free loadout there. Well, not a free loadout, my apologies. A little paid one, 10,000 out the bank. Taking their money down to 0 across the board, but they will have their own guns. 33.7 meters ahead of them on the heartbeat sensor. They've seen a player there. Miguel is progressing. It looks like just one coming up on the heartbeat. Doesn't mean that there can't be a second player with running Ghost right now. 36.5 meters. He spots him, lights him up, pops him a couple of times. Can he get the finish though? Yes, he can, especially with that Origin shotgun. It's going to be good. Nice, Senora. Whoa! And down he goes. Almost succumbs to the melee attacks there. Fortunately, he managed to use that shotty to good advantage and absolutely destroyed his opponent. One kill up on the leaderboard, that's 1 point in the bank. They're going to need more than that though, aren't they, Shane?
Oh, absolutely. One's not going to do it. We had 5 and a top 20 finish. So as much as I'm rooting for them, we got to be competitive too.
If you could have backtracked through that previous game, because you're obviously going to be taking part in the next round of Warzone with our next player, what would you do differently? Is there anything you would change up from your style of play in that first match?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to move out, land a little bit on the edge, and move in kind of a few steps ahead of the gas, because what that does is it allows me to know where the opponents will be. So I'm not in the middle of the map and having to look 360 around, never really knowing. Because we got shot in the back, and that's how we died the first time. It kind of threw up our whole thing.
Absolutely, and it's amazing, especially in duo matches, how integral it is to have both players up. People, unless you're running at like Shroud level strats, I'm sure, if you're Shroud or one of the ultimate players of the game, you don't need to worry too much. But if you're lighting someone up and their teammate runs around the corner and flanks you, it's game over. It doesn't matter how good you are at the game. You will get taken down. You will get down, and you will be going to the gulag. Right, they're moving into Big Red now. Are they going to progress their way up to the top of the building? I'm surprised that none of them have bought any UAVs yet. I would have expected to see some eyes in the sky.
It does seem like they've been collecting a lot of cash.
Yeah, and spending it on who knows what. Women, wine, and crazy nights out, I imagine.
Just like the internet.
Just like the internet, exactly. Well, a lot of people spend money on those things on there as well. How you been keeping yourself busy then? You've obviously been playing some video games. I'm assuming that you're probably desperate to get back to playing the game. Athletic game, as opposed to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah, well, last year I did commentating for college football, and that was a good time. I worked with Fox Sports. Unfortunately, with the landscape right now with college football, I doubt that that there's going to be much gameplay at all. So I don't know if I'll be doing that per se this year. But just trying to stay busy with little things, getting involved with with other interests that I've had for years, and now is the time
Tell
to
me,
kind of read
now's the
up
time
and
to
learn on them.
now's the time to share those with us. What is it? Are we going to see a pottery masterclass? What are we going to see? Come on.
Well, I've been trying to learn Spanish and the piano for a long time.
Muy bien, muy bien.
See.
What have you got down? What's your favorite Spanish phrase so far that you got in the bank?
I don't think that's safe for the viewers to hear.
A little, hola querida, bésame. Maybe a little something like that.
Bésame, yeah.
Bro, that's all I learned when I went on three holidays in Spain as a kid, and all I learned was, hello, gorgeous, kiss me. Which is, I guess, says everything you need to know about me as a young teenager with my testosterone rampant and my loins stirring day in, day out. Right, they've taken a rooftop now, one of these tall buildings in downtown, always a good place to get those snipes, but they're not actually running any sniper classes, as far as I can tell. Not sure if your brother has got his sniper class in his loadout right now.
See, but the good thing about being up top is you don't necessarily, unless they're like a far distance away, you don't really need, or it's not imperative to have a sniper. You can still get kills with an assault rifle.
What?
Ooh.
I
think so.
What? I mean, really here, the only kills they're going to be taking, the issue I think with like camping out on rooftops, which in duos is definitely going to be different to full quads or even trios, is if you can get 2 quick succession knocks on a couple of players on another rooftop, you can definitely get some kills there. I understand what you're saying, though. You're thinking if you take that high ground and you peek your head over the side, you can light people up from below. The issue is, as soon as you're on a rooftop, you are a target, and often a static target, for people with snipers on those other rooftops. That's why a sniper class, I think, is so important up here. But yeah, I see what you're saying. If they can see anyone pushing in, maybe the gas is at their 6, this is a great position to be able to light them up from above. Yeah, that scope doesn't look long range enough for me to really do the damage he's hoping for. Seems to have spotted a couple of players over there in the southerly direction, looking northwest. Nothing on the heartbeat sensor. Keep checking that, and they'll be dropping off that rooftop now, migrating their way down, I guess towards the police station area, alongside the stadium. Grabs that bounty contract, now going a bit more aggressive, going, right, let's actually mark someone, let's find out where they are, and let's see if we can go and engage them. Alternatively, let's run in the opposite direction from that bounty and completely ignore it. Drop some cash there. What's your brother going to spend it on? What does your brother love to spend his money on in real life? Is he a fast cars kind of guy?
He's one of the cheapest people I've ever met. He doesn't spend money. He's a saver.
Wait, one of the cleverest, one of the most clever people you've ever met.
That's true. That too. So I guess it goes hand in hand. He does not like to spend money, and he's been like that ever since he was a little kid. Christmas money, birthday money. He just kept it in a huge stack in his wallet.
Good lad. And that's why he's going to go far. I mean, it is the thing, especially with a lot of professional athletes. I understand when they're multifaceted in their talents, like you are, obviously moving into commentary, moving into, commentating those college football matches or the NFL matches, across the board, you have another skill set at your disposal. You know money's going to be coming into the bank account, and you know you're going to be able to do it. But a lot of players, I think, get very wealthy very rapidly, don't manage that money very well, and then can often be left by the wayside when it comes to, post-career stage of their lives.
Oh, that happens more often than players saving their money. Oh,
here he goes. Completely wrong about those sights. They're managing to light up the player on the opposite roof. He gives a little shake of the head to say, nope, I'm going to leave that one. Precision airstrike comes in. Now, he's got to be careful, even lingering near that window. He should definitely get down a floor. Yeah, I've actually seen that lately, a lot of those precision airstrikes coming through the windows, and even though you think you're in a place of complete and utter cover, you can get lit up, taken out, and sent to the gulag in a heartbeat.
Are they still sitting with just the one kill?
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. The team from across the way decided to take a helo across, coming in aggressively. But your brother got out just in time enough to light them up. Miguel takes 2 kills there. That'll be 2 up on the scoreboard. I believe your brother got the drop there on him, got the knock. So that's 1 for your brother, 2 for Miguel. 3 total kills up on the scoreboard there. They wipe that team from the opposite rooftop. And again, looking across for another team. Bring it on, they say.
Oh, wait, yeah.
We're happy to do that all day, every day.
You said sniper ammo?
Fresh
No,
plates,
he
fresh
is.
gas masks, just in case they need them.
Oh, an actual sniper, no. Yeah, I had garbage.
You guys are red shield right there. Alright.
A little bit of lag there. I'm not sure if that's in game or at our end. Looks like shots still being dropped on that ladder on top of the roof. 238 direction from them. That southwesterly direction. Have I still got you there, Shane? Are you still with me, Shane?
Oh yeah,
Are you serious?
I'm
Oh, you're
with
still
you.
there.
I'm impressed by Miguel's play here. He moves quickly, but he moves with a purpose.
And also moves with a nice kind of rhythm as well. There's movement in the hips. Whoa! Wow, that lag. Look at that lag, and we're getting a little speed up back to that rooftop again. There we go.
Fire over here.
Takes a little sniper shot from one of the other rooftops, and this is what I'm saying. As soon as you're on that rooftop, you are prey for other snipers, and if you don't have a sniper to be able to return fire, it can be a very short game.
Yeah, this is definitely Brock is definitely playing a different style than he normally plays. This is usually not the way he likes to move around. He loots the big. We like to usually when we play together, we loot the big buildings and then we get down and then we kind of move around and move from outside in.
Station identified.
Down and dirty in the streets on the ground level.
Kinda, yeah. Staying, hidden, but moving with a purpose, but also staying out of sight.
Well, they got some cash. They're going to head over to the vendor once again. Grabs himself a UAV, pops it, and grabs himself a secondary for later game. Now we see some real Warzone plays here. Now we see some more aggression. They're going to be pushing to that buy station where they just saw a red ping, hoping potentially to light that player up. One on blue marker, one on the loadout. Which one will they be going for? It looks like they're going to head to that loadout first. One player pinging on each. Doesn't mean there's only one player over there. The teammate could be running Ghost as their perk. Time will tell, I guess, once they get across.
That heartbeat sensor comes in handy so much. That's
Early
probably
game.
one of
You
my
can't
favorite
beat it
tools.
early game. It's so useful. So useful.
Yeah.
He's going to be looking around the rooftops. Is that player up on the roof?
Right up there, yep.
Is he down below in one of these buildings? Is he
I
camping?
don't think we can really even tell.
Definitely on the roof above. That UAV coming in very handy there.
No, someone's sniping.
You can see the shots being made from the roof. He just can't see the head
Let's move to this
peeking.
building right here.
Tries to
This white
back
building
up
to the left.
far enough to see a head peek, but he won't be getting one.
On the
Looks
back,
like that player has actually moved off the end of the building and is dropped down towards the buy station. But instead of taking the push, they're going to rotate back round to blue, get themselves to some cover,
right here.
grab a few cheeky plates, and reposition for the next circle. Third circle coming in close. 1 minute 20 till it pushes in again. They can
20.
reposition and see where they fare on the map.
Come on.
How's your circle management, Shane? What's your circle management like?
I pay attention. I've been killed by the gas way too many times to not pay attention to the circle. I check the circle probably. Before it gets to a minute, I check the circle and I start planning my next move and my next building to get to.
Now they put themselves at this higher ground. They do have a spot. Manages to get a nice crack on the armor of that player across. I would push up that ladder, go across with a parachute, and go full rage, full send. Remember, neither of these players has been sent down to the gulag yet. They still have their ghoulie in the bank. Great place to be right now. Managed to get another couple of shots on that player. There is just one down there. Why not push across? Why not go full rage?
He wants
Just
to
trading
test it, so
bullets
guys
at
right
this
there.
point, and bullets is not something they have a huge amount of. 146 ammo still in the clip.
Target right here.
Gets another crack. Now would be a great time to push. Now would be a great time to push to get the finish.
Yeah, there he is.
Both players planting up. Right now, all they're doing is trading plates and trading bullets.
Whoever has the least amount of plates, that's who's going to lose.
Ah, exactly as I thought. Rather tries to push across, but unfortunately gets lit up somewhat. A lovely finish there from Miguel. Nice aggressive plays. Exactly as I hoped it would be. I think they're listening to us. They're listening to us, Shane. They're taking advice from us right now.
Yeah, they're cheating. That's usually how Brock wins.
Hey, listen, if college football is out of action for a little while, then maybe you have a future in coaching. Maybe the two of us could be the brand new esports coaching duo.
Hey, why not? Let's do it. We'll bring the good vibes. We'll bring some jokes, and you better win if you're gonna be on my team.
Right, one more player there. Just close the door. He hasn't reloaded his weapon. Hasn't reloaded that going throw to C4 through. Tries to line up, cracks some plates, gets the reload in. I think they are listening to me, you know. If you're listening to me, nod your gun. Let me see you nod your head, Miguel, if you're listening.
That's a nod.
That's a nod. We're like live coaching right now. Right. I want a starting salary of $150,000 a year. With benefits and health insurance. I'm an actor. We need those.
Exactly. Say no more. I'm there.
So they are holding this central area. There's a player above them in that helo. Can he get to the rooftop before the helo maneuvers around him and gets eyes on him? He's going to be okay. They're pulling way away from this location.
I was playing this yesterday, and I got killed 3 different times from a helo, and it's never happened before ever.
Helo, as in someone inside sniping you, or helo as in someone flying it directly into you?
Yes, they chopped my. Yeah.
It's happened to the best of us, man. It's happened to the best of us. I'll tell you what, my best play of all time, I think, or certainly when it comes to helos, was riding shotgun with my buddy in the helo. Him maneuvering the helo above another helo, me throwing a C4 out and exploding that helo midair. It was absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious. How do you feel about the C4s? How do you feel about those lethals? Because they really are quite OP. Do you think they add good things to the game, or do you think things like C4 and the RPGs are just a bit too OP for the Warzone?
Yeah, you know, like I think it takes more skill to place a. I don't know. It does take skill to throw a C4, but I think it's more strategy based if you use a claymore or proximity mine. Really bunker yourself down. I get frustrated because I get killed by C4s quite a bit, so I might not be the right person to ask. Oh, Gulag is closed.
The Ghoulies closed up right now. So they want to make sure they don't end up down there. Not go well for them. They've got a reasonable position on this final circle. A couple of the buildings over here are still in. Ooh, pushing out in between that tall building on their right where they will get lit up if they get caught. They're going to push into the police station. Maybe grab themselves a little bit of free ammo from the right-hand side. Boom, there it goes. Stick that in the bank. Use that for later. He's also got stopping power rounds on that MP. Absolutely perfect for these late-stage circles. And seems to be utilizing that very well by reloading right before he runs out of ammo, and that way you keep the stopping power rounds constantly reloading into your gun each and every clip.
They're keeping up a good pace still.
Not just a good place, a really good positioning right now. Does this help to watch other people playing the game to give you tips or tricks for how you might maneuver on the next round?
Absolutely. And before, whenever there's new updates and stuff, I kind of check it out online first before I just dive right into it, just to get an idea of what I'm getting myself into.
Now, be honest with me. Obviously, Facebook.com, Facebook.gg/JeffLeachComedian, I'm guessing, is obviously your first port and call for all things COD related. But if you're not... If you're not watching me 6 days a week, what other streamers do you love to watch, and what other players do you like to watch for tips and tricks on how to be better in the Warzone?
I don't really watch one specific guy. I kind of like to take a little bit from all different types of players, even players that aren't famous. I just kind of go on Instagram and pull up clips, go on YouTube and pull up clips. I play with a multitude of friends online, and I try and just be able to play different strategies with whoever I'm teamed up with.
And who's your favorite operator to play when you go into the Warzone?
Oh man! Say no more. Say no more.
Nah. I'm only joking. Who do you like to play with? Who do you like the aesthetics of?
I know there's gonna be guys on that rooftop just waiting.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's Ghost.
You like Ghost?
Yeah.
See, I like my favorite in terms of aesthetics. I love Ghost and I love Mace, especially that new golden luchador mask. He's lit up one player there, taking him. The other one tries to drop down. That's a second down. He must have a selfie because it isn't a finish. He's going to get around there before he pops that selfie. He could actually have let him selfie and get the extra kill. Absolutely glorious. Love that. Love that. Get those extra damage points if he let him revive himself. Late stage gas mask. They're completely kitted up. They both got self revives. They both got gas masks. They both have 8 plates in their armor satchels. This is a great position to be in, and that loadout is not a great position to be in.
No, there's only 10 teams left.
Woo! Lit out from above on top of stadium. Miguel's in trouble here, and he's down and out. The player, 2 of them parachute off the roof, light up your brother as well. He's going to try and pump that self-revive. Will he get it off in time?
Good game.
Yes, he will. He makes it knocked back into the gas, and that's a 10th place finish for them. What a wonderful play. What a wonderful game. And what an enjoying, what an enjoying watch. I love that.
That was well done.
That was absolutely magical. Didn't even make it down to the gulag at all. But that won't phase them one bit. 10th place and a multitude of kills.
They were just sitting on the roof then.
Lads, absolutely glorious finish there. I mean, 10th place position, which is solid. You're going to get yourself an extra 4 points for coming 10th. And 5 kills racked up there. Miguel, absolute laser beam. Brock giving some incredible support. You guys, at one point I thought you gave it such a big man speech at the beginning about how you're going to go full sweat, full rage, dropped in stadium. And then after like 2 boys yeeted out in a helo, you were left all on your own there for about 25 minutes.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Superstore, but the route that the plane was taking, it was almost too good to be true. So I thought it was going to be a short game. No, it's almost, you're rolling the dice every time you go there. So, so we caught an audible last minute. Went to stadium, and then those 2 guys that tried to push us at the helicopter, they ended up looking foolish. But we try to make rounds.
That was an absolutely glorious finish. Oh, I mean, when those 2 guys tried to push from the other rooftop in that helo, lovely down as he parachuted across, and then you took the other player out when he was dropping that selfie. Now, Brock, you said to me previously that you weren't the biggest fan of snipers, and then yet you were taken to the top of every tall building in downtown Verdansk.
I was taking a tour for dance, man. A tour for dance. Hey, you see the 5 kills. 2,500 damage that he put up. All right, I realized right away I was playing with a guy who knows way more than I do. I was following him. The score sheet doesn't show it, but moral support, I had his back.
You did.
Also, on the plus side, you got to be back in a live sporting stadium for the first time in a while, right?
That's a good point. That's a good point. I will take sports however I can get them. You're absolutely right.
Every cloud has a silver lining. So 5 kills there racked up with the laser beam duo of Brock and Miguel, as well as those extra 4 points. That means you got 9 points on the leaderboard. You're definitely not at the bottom. We already know that, but will you be at the top? Do you think that was enough to carry you to the top place for those bragging rights on base?
I think it was good, but I mean it could have been better. But we got to see. Warzone's always you're rolling the dice. Hopefully you got positioning on other teams, but we'll see. I think it's good enough, but.
And now, as a fireman, do you have to go through, because you're not just an airman, you're also a fireman, so you're in the military and you're a fireman. I imagine you have to be very physically fit to do the job that you do and to make sure if there's any problems on base, you can take care of them.
Absolutely.
Do you think you could have ever had, do you reckon you could have ever had a career in professional sports like Brock did?
Professional sports? No, I'm a little guy. Like, I consider myself pretty physically fit, but I'm little, man. I'll get blown up.
You look about 6'8", mate.
6'8". No, this camera's doing me justice. I'm like 5 foot. I'm 5'11".
That's pretty tall. That's not little. That's not little. That's all right. That's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Oh well, now I just feel like I made you feel bad. That wasn't my intention.
Yeah. I should have just said, I'm 6'8". I should have just rolled with it, but nope.
All right, short ass. Well, short ass. 9 points on the board. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Brock, wonderful support. You're going to be joining me for a little bit of shoutcasting as your brother rotates in with the next squad. And that next squad will be right here. Shane Vereen, joined by Nathaniel Stoddard. Those 2 are going to be dropping in the AO shortly. We're going to find out if Shane and Nathaniel are on fire for this 3rd and final round of Warzone. Now, you've been able to digest the previous 2 matches now. Shane, you got to take part in one of them. Has that affected your plan of action once you hit the ground? I'm going to kick off first with Nathaniel. Tell me what you've learned from those previous 2 games and what you think you might do differently.
Having a little bit more confidence after watching the first game, trying to take a lot of feedback from what they were doing and how they were going about things. Definitely probably going to try to keep the same play style as Miguel, because he did very good for that game. And I've played with him in the past, so I know he's good, and so I know it's going to be a hard score to beat. But I think that if I can attach Shane to my hip and try to carry him around the game with me, and we can try to do our best, I could definitely
wow,
I could definitely get a dub.
Wow, the BM is ridiculous. You haven't even got in the game yet. He's your partner, mate. You want to be careful with the smack talk before you get into this Warzone match, because Shane might just leave you hanging and run in the other direction. Shane, what about you, man? You've played one game. You got to watch the second and cast it with me. What do you think about this third match?
I think I'm gonna take a page out of Brock's book and follow my partner. Let him captain us and assist and try and. I'm just gonna try and pick up a couple kills. I'm not gonna try and go crazy, win it. I just want to get at least one kill. I haven't gotten a kill yet, so that's my main goal.
Well, on the plus side, neither has your brother. Which I mean, if you get a couple of kills in this game, that's that sibling competitive rivalry we heard about when we were talking last game. This is where it's going to come into effect.
Absolutely, can't wait.
Oh, Shane, you can do it. I believe in you. Nathaniel, you also can do it. I believe in you. Tell you what, I also believe in is the joy of Warzone, ladies and gentlemen. So they've been able to digest those previous two matches. We're going to head into the third and final Warzone game. And joining me to talk through it will be Brock Vereen back for me. Hello, mate. Good to have you back.
Happy to be back. Seeing if, I don't know, man. I'm only playing one round of Warzone, so I can root for somebody. Shane's playing with two people, so he really can't have a favorite, but I would love to be attached to the team that wins it. So I'm sorry, Nathaniel. I hope you lose here. I hope you lose quick. I want my man Miguel at the top of the leaderboard when it's all said and done.
I love it, man. Well, you are currently top of the leaderboard, so, it might work out that way. We'll see how they get on when they drop hot down in Verdansk. It sounds like these boys are going to try and copy the play style that you and Miguel had in the previous game and try and run the same way, which makes sense.
Without question. No matter what sport, the best player on the team dictates the strategy and the pace of play. So, Nathaniel obviously wrecking shop all day long. We're assuming he's one heck of a Warzone player. Let him play his game, and if Shane can assist in any way, that's going to be their best chance at a victory.
What's going to happen if Shane gets a couple of kills and then means that technically between you and him, he's sitting top of the leaderboard? And
I will have some technical difficulties and randomly disappear.
As you throw your controller through the screen.
As I throw my controller.
Has the rage ever hit you yet? Have you ever had full rage in Verdansk and actually ended up smacking a table or throwing a controller?
Very closely. Growing up, we had carpet, so I could throw a controller and it had a chance of surviving. There's wood floors here now. Even the lightest toss is going to break it, so I had no choice but to get my emotions in check and remind myself it's just a game. You can press X and the game will restart, and you can play it all over again. So it took a lot of calm.
Unless, of course, you're Ninja, in which case it's not just a game and you should take it deadly seriously every time you play. I get you, man. We had carpets back in my mum and dad's day. It's almost like as you get more successful in the world and maybe get some lovely hardwood flooring like you've got, you have to be more and more careful about those rage outbursts. But you get to take all of that out when you're watching matches and commentating those various college games, right?
Absolutely. It's so funny how quickly you just put yourself in the positions of the guys that you're talking about, and you get mad at the plays that they didn't make because you're mad for them. You're mad for the coach. So I think the lesson here is the rage just never leaves you. It just sits there and boils within you for the rest of your life, and it just comes out in different ways as you get older.
I rage multiple times on stream, I think, throughout the week, every single day when I play Warzone, because I get really passionate into it, just like any athlete or any player would in any sport. I take it quite seriously. But there is obviously that friendship element. Have you actually met anyone just by playing the game that you maybe previously didn't know, or someone that you just randomly lobbied up with and actually built any friendships online?
Yeah. So I haven't met anybody in person yet, since going outside is basically illegal right now.
No,
But
of course. But I mean,
tell
just
you
like
what,
online
yeah,
friendships,
but
just getting.
yes, oh, of course. And it's one of those things, you hop on randomly and all of your friends are busy. You squad up with 3 randos and you get a win. You dang right, I'm adding every single one of them. Yo, let's run this back. And then, before you know it, 5 hours have gone by and it's like, hey guys, I think we're friends.
Now, have you actually ever told people who you actually are, and then when they found out they're playing with celebrity, they've lost their mind?
Well, I tell you what, in the realm of fame and popularity, I am at the bottom. But hold on.
Yeah, exactly. A quick engagement there. Got pushed from behind, managed to lovely flick to the left, lit that guy up, and that ghillie suit dropped like a sack of potatoes. That's 1 kill already on the leaderboards. Great work there from Nathaniel.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I hope that's a sign of things to come. No idea where his teammate is at, though. I'm assuming maybe after he saw his gillied up friend get destroyed in a heartbeat, he probably decided to pull back slightly, or maybe they've got some eyes on him across the way. Going to be listening out for those footsteps. I know the audio is so integral, the audio in these games, to hear those footsteps, to hear where those players might be rotating around a building or moving above or beneath you.
It's everything. It is absolutely everything. And it took me a while to realize that the headset is a quality investment. I tried so hard to cut corners. Then I finally sat down and said, hey, I'm putting some real money down on a real headset, and I haven't looked back since. It is night and day.
Completely changed it. Yeah. And also, I mean, even the PC rigs, I'm currently having a couple of specialist PCs, a dual rig set built for me. And with that dual rig, it's going to change the way that I play completely, because currently, running your OBS studio, running your various programs that you have for production side of things, as well as running a game that is quite CPU and GPU intensive, can actually affect, latency, ping, lag, etc. So, I mean, having the best kit does make a big difference. But I think on console, if you're a console player, which you and your brother are both on console, correct?
Correct. Shane is going to have a PC built for him in the near or distant future. I'm PS4 for now.
See, on console, I think you have a lot more stability and actually can probably enjoy the game infinite, even though those downloads are a little bit relentless. And a little bit.
God.
I know. Sometimes when you load up and it's like, all right, sit here while we get another 60 gig. But, oh, look, there you go. That must be the other teammate. He was camping out in the corner. He lights him up. Headshot. Down he goes. I think he got lit from behind there. He's going to plate up. There's another ping. You can see that from the building across the way from him. Peeking through the window. Now, your brother is going to be pushing more aggressively, trying to flank along the left-hand side. As Nathaniel tries to plate up, get some kit together. He still hasn't used his third and final plate. He needs to get that on there. 2 plates will not be as good as 3. Not quite sure why he hasn't yet used it. Guess he's a little bit worried of being lit up.
He might think it's already in. Yeah, he might think that third plate's already in, because I don't know why he's running around with 2 right now.
Maybe he's just showing off. Could be just showing off. You know what these gamers are like. You know what these guys are like. What about you in the military? Have you got any friends in the military? Because obviously we're playing with all the airmen here from Langley base today. But we've been meeting all these wonderful airmen and airwomen. Obviously, they're all airmen. Sorry, as their name is denoted. But men and women from the various different bases. Have you ever met any or befriended anyone in the military yourself?
Absolutely. 2 of my closest friends are currently on deployment as we speak. One is in Qatar with the Air Force. Oh, we got some
hop out the window. Manages to drop that one guy out the window. Manages to grab a second. And there's another double kill. So that was 3 in quick succession there. Clearly lights up the second player from that duo they engaged earlier. Finally puts his third and final plate on. And then manages to light up an entirely different duo team there as they try and push aggressively around the corner. Absolutely slapping those cheeks left, right, and center. That's 4 kills. The cheeks will be clapped, and you can see that slump body against that fence. He says, thank you, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Will he dip his nuts on the face? No, there will be no dipping. No dipping
classy
in this game.
Classy.
He's keeping it classy. I would have dipped. I'm not going to lie.
Classy.
I would have dipped.
Man, that's Well, before he went off on a triple kill or whatever the heck that was, yes, two of my closest friends. One is currently serving as a member of the Air Force in Qatar on his 3rd deployment, and another one just got deployed last week, and he is on a boat in the middle of the ocean and probably legally can't tell me where he is. But because of that, the military is near and dear to me, and we've actually, part of ESTV, we ran a Madden tournament at a JBLM Joint Base Lewis McChord up in Tacoma, Washington, a year ago, just over a year ago.
Oh, it looks like your
ran a
brother has been
tournament
downed
out there.
and sent to the ghoulie right there.
Uh-oh.
He's been lit up from outside. I guess he was sitting just outside of the building, didn't have any cover. There you go. Nathaniel gets eyes on him, tries to shoot him through the fence there. He's going to rotate round to see if the guy pushes left or right. Looks like he's holding steady, maybe being lit up by a third party. We currently don't have sound, so I'm unable to actually hear what shots are going on in the background there. But it feels as if he's potentially being lit up from a team from the left. Third party situations will happen in Warzone. But with 56 as their current team position, that is not high enough to get the points to take him to the top spot. He spots the guy camping in a bush, manages to down him, and 2 push up the stairs, and he'll be sent to the gulag as well to join your brother down there. But will he be able to get himself out and back into the action in Warzone? We'll find out now.
He is getting out of there. He is getting out of there 100%. A guy that confident, I got all the faith in the world. There's no way with that good of a start. There's no way this is how the story of Nathaniel ends. There's no way.
Oh, you never know. You never know. With that skill-based matchmaking now, I feel like I only ever end up in lobbies with the sweatiest of players, the most aggressive of teams, and unfortunately, a huge amount of hackers as well. Huge amount of hackers.
Oh, huge amount. Absolutely. I tell you what, I miss the days where I was just a measly little 21 rank and just wrecking shop on everybody. I miss those days.
Maybe you could just set yourself up another little burner account, you know?
Get
and he does get the kill. He hears those footsteps rotating around him, does a little 180, and shoots Yuri in the butt cheeks. Take that. Ruined another tracksuit. The velour will never get those stains out. Right, he's going to be dropping straight on his loadout, hoping to get himself some decent weaponry straight off the rip, but he has no more gulags and he has no teammate for his support, so he has to be very careful on this approach and make sure he's not going to get lit up. Oh, and I called it. Immediately lit up by a player over to his left-hand side. Gets the crack before he even hits the floor, and there's the finish, and that will be game over. 4 kills, a very low final position, 52nd place. And I think that's actually going to tie team number 3 with team number 1 in terms of their total points, which means we're going to have to see who got the most damage out of those 2 games for the final scores and the final placement on the leaderboard here at Langley Air Base. Lads, had such a great start, such a powerful start. It was magical. You were absolutely dominating, Nathaniel. Shane providing, again, some great support, some great pings, some great support shots, doing some damage yourself. But then, unfortunately, Shane, you were outside that building and you seem to have got dropped by a team that were pushing aggressively on you. What were you doing outside the building when your teammate was inside, first of all?
So I didn't think anybody was around us, and we were trying to figure out where we should go. So I was actually looking at the map. They caught me sleeping. I'm not gonna lie.
The best part of all of this is I can hear Brock laughing in my headphones as well. He is enjoying this so much right now. It's all right. Hey, you got to keep moving fast, and you didn't think there were people around after lighting up those 2 teams in quick succession. I understand why you might have thought that, but unfortunately that sent you to the ghoulie, and you didn't come out on top down there. But Nathaniel, you were doing very well, and until unfortunately you got pushed by another sweaty team whilst you were peeking out that window, that 3rd player.
Yeah, I thought the SMG was going to clutch it for me in that moment, but, you know, shoddy boys have to come up and start blasting, you know? So,
I mean, please, Activision, nerf down that Odin. It's disgusting, it's embarrassing, and we hate it.
Nerf
all of them. All of the shotties should be nerfed down. Exactly. Add a bit more bloom maybe to the weapons as well. That'd be good. But you managed to get yourself out of the ghoulie, taking a couple of nice shots into the back of that tracksuit butt cheeks. That was pretty impressive. I like that little 180 straight round the bit of cover there. Did you hear him coming? Was it footsteps that gave his position away?
Yeah, 100%. Footsteps.
And then unfortunately, when you came down, decided to go for the loadout, saw 2 crates there, and I was calling it as you were parachuting down. You got lit hard.
Yeah, I saw the loadout and I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. And then I know, obviously you see 2, so someone's close by, and he just so happened to be running straight up onto it right when I landed. So
it was a little bit unfortunate. You were just outgunned there. I think you had the pistol, but you couldn't hit the ground quick enough to get those shots off. Still a valiant effort. 4 kills, unfortunately, with a 52nd placement overall. That means you'll get 0 points for the final placement, which means that you're going to actually, oh, sorry, my apologies, 5 kills. You had 5 kills. Unfortunately, not quite enough to push you up into 2nd position. And that's how the final points will look, ladies and gentlemen, here at Langley Air Base. Miguel Holloway out on top with an impressive 9 points. 5 kills and 4 points for that 10th placement. Jeffrey Craig, again, very impressive 4 kills to his name and 2 points for the 20th placement. And Nathaniel Stoddard, 5 kills, actually taking the most kills out of any of our players today. But with that low placement, he will be sitting not so pretty in 3rd place on the leaderboard.
Wow, Jeff, this is our 4th and final installation. The battle for the big win and bragging rights happens next week. Think we're going to have some close games?
I can't wait for it, Lisa. I mean, the prowess that some of these players have shown individually has been immense. And now as a team, now that we've whittled it down on each of those air bases to find the top 3 players from each of the air bases, I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the finale of Command Clash. I'm going to be here on the edge of my seat.
Yes, as am I. All right, Jeff, well, great job as always. We're going to see you next week at the showdown.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys over at facebook.com/JeffLeachComedian. Come and watch me 6 days a week, live, playing Warzone, better than everyone. I gotta go now, bye-bye. I've got a hot date. I'll see you later. Ghost out.
All right, now let's say a proper goodbye to our special guests. I mean, how can you one-up Ghost right there, right?
You don't.
You can't. All right, Shane, what's next for you, and where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Shaner34 on Instagram, ShaneVarine34 on Twitter, and we got a couple more tournaments here on ESTV, and that's pretty much what I'll be doing here in the next coming months to end the year out.
All right. Well, what about you, Brock? Any final words for our viewers, and where can people find you as well?
Thank you so much for having us. Brock Varine on Twitter, Brock.Varine on Instagram, and most importantly, ESTV, 24/7 linear esports programming. You can find that on Samsung TV Plus, the Roku app, the Roku Live channel, Sling TV, Amazon Fire Stick, anywhere you find your OTT or linear TV programming. If you like esports, that is the channel for you, and we'll see you guys there.
Oh my goodness, what a fantastic outro. Brock, Shane, you both have been fantastic. Thank you so much for being here with us. You guys stay safe out there.
Thank you so much.
You too.
You too.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And of course, a big thank you to our airmen. You all were fantastic, and we're so grateful you hung out with us today. Let's go down the line with any closing thoughts. So where can everyone find you? Let's start with you, Jeffrey.
Higher Justice, anywhere you want to look for it, I might be there. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, mainly Twitch, but expect no kind of a schedule at all because I have kids and you can't really stream consistently with kids and having a job, I found out. So I may be on, I may not be. Just turn notifications on.
The man of mystery. All right, fantastic. And Miguel?
You can follow me at Onslaught MLG on Twitter, and on Twitch you can follow ZW Onslaught no spaces. I'm still working on the setup, but sooner or not I'll have some quality content coming that way.
Oh, all right. The teaser there. That's good. And what about you, Nathaniel?
So Instagram, I'm FPS Rookie TTV, Twitter FPS Rookie, and Twitch FPS Rookie. Mostly Call of Duty, playing with my wife, and I know Brock and Varine might not be able to hear me, but I follow them on Twitter, so I'm expecting something back soon. So just throwing that out there. And Instagram, Just throwing that out there. It's a FPS rookie, so if you see me pop up, hit follow back. Yeah, and that's it from me.
All right. Oh, that's awesome. Well, go enjoy that amazing beach view. It's such a, oh my goodness, guys, terrible times, over there. And thank you guys for your service very much so.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
All right, that's it. Thank you to Joint Base Langley-Eustis for showing us around. And thank you all for watching. Make sure to tune in next week for the Season 1 finale of U.S. Air Force Command Clash. 4 installations: Nellis, JBSA Lackland, Davis Monthan, and Joint Base Langley-Eustis. But only one can be the best at Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's going down right here next Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Until then, stay safe. Good night. Welcome to U.S. Air Force Command Clash, bringing active duty airmen and special guests to battle it out on the virtual grounds of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We'll be taking you to 4 different air bases, but only one will be victorious. Jeff Leach, everyone.
This is your commanding officer, Ghost, ready to drop hot in the AO and clap some of those noobs' cheeks. It's a bit of a cat and mouse chase right now, and it's a nice down there from Alex Navan. Wow, another down there as well. What a throw! Absolute beast move there. Welcome to the war zone. Oh!